Good morning, everybody. I'm Tim Healy, joined by analyst Jeff Van Raphorst, as we welcome you to our Sun Devil Radio Network broadcast of today's Big 12 title game, coming your way from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the home of the NFL's Dallas Cowboys. What a turnaround it has been for an ASU program coming off back-to-back 3-9 seasons. Big 12 Coach of the Year Kenny Dillingham has this year helped orchestrate a compelling flipping of the script as the Sun Devils posted a 10-2 regular season record that included 3 wins over top 25 ranked opponents. The Sun Devils have been led all year by 3 dynamic players on offense, but they will be without one of that terrific trio for the rest of the season, as wide receiver Jordan Tyson sustained a still undisclosed injury in last Saturday's rivalry game at Arizona. After surgery this past Tuesday, Tyson is done for the year. That ASU will more than ever lean on all Big 12 running back Cam Skattebo and their Big 12 Offensive Freshman of the Year quarterback Sam Leavitt. Jace Gilbert is the kickoff man for Iowa State, a sophomore from Marlow, Oklahoma, who also does some of their punting. And Melquan Stovall, who figures to carry a big load at wide receiver today, is back awaiting the kickoff as Gilbert puts foot into it, and the Big 12 championship game is underway, and Stovall will let the ball hit as it does about 8 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback. And Arizona State will go on offense, led by their Big 12 Freshman of the Year quarterback Sam Leavitt, who has thrown for nearly 2,500 yards this year, 21 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions. The the Big 12's third leading rusher, Cam Skattebo, is the running back. Scat closing in on 1,400 rushing yards this season. And he lines up in a pistol look behind Leavitt on a 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Xavier Guillory and Melquan Stovall are both flanked to the right side of the formation. Troy O'Meara flanked to the left. On 1st down, they hand the ball to Skattebo, and Skattebo breaks free near side. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and Skattebo out of bounds at around the 47-yard line of Iowa State. And just like that, a 28-yard run for Cam Skattebo on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little power blocking scheme right there. They pulled the backside lineman, put him out in front of Skattebo, but it was a cutback from Cam Skattebo that really made that thing go.
So the Sun Devils get a big play from Skattebo, and already they're at the Iowa State 47. Again, it's Skattebo trying to turn the right corner this time, cuts it back inside, but he's dragged down for no gain as Joey Peterson, senior defensive end out of Long Grove, Iowa, able to make the tackle. The gain to the 44-yard line of Iowa State.
We're going to watch to see if they ran 12 personnel, but the ASU's running their base set. 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 wideouts.
2 receivers to either side, including Shimon Mateer, the tight end, who now motions to the left. Off play action, Leavitt rolls to his left and now throws downfield, and the ball is caught inside the 25-yard line. The reception made by Melquan Stovall, and he is out of bounds with a 1st down at the Iowa State 27-yard line.
What a great throw. Mateer, as Tim mentioned, came in motion from right to left, went in the flat. The corner sucked up, took away Mateer, and it was the post corner route that was open behind it. But on the roll to the left, Leavitt throws an arcing ball on a post corner for his first completion.
A 22-yard gain, a 1st down. Handoff here to Kyson Brown, his first carry of the game, and Kyson is gang tackled after a minimal gain on the play. Leading the defensive surge for Iowa State was Will linebacker Cooper Ebel, a sophomore from Hartley, Iowa. They're going to mark Skattebo down at the line of scrimmage, the 22-yard line of Iowa State, and it will be 2nd down and 10 as the Sun Devils split 2 receivers to the right side of the formation, including Malik McLean, who was going to redshirt this year but is active for today's game, the Penn State transfer. On 2nd down off play action, Leavitt throwing for the end zone, just incomplete, intended for Xavier Guillory, and Guillory had his man beaten, safety Jeremiah Cooper. The ball just slightly overthrown.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure on Sam. The pocket got a little bit compressed, and Guillory running that crosser from right to left was open. Man-to-man coverage right there, just a miss.
So big third down play, 3rd and 10. The Sun Devils offense this year coming on in the late stages. 3rd in the Big 12, 15th nationally in third down success at 47%. 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Leavitt back to throw. He's being pressured from the rear. He will take off and run, and Sam Leavitt will get down to around the 15-yard line. He picks up 7 on the play, but it will set up a 4th down and 3. And with the Sun Devils having had kicking issues all season long in the field goal game, nonetheless, Kenny Dillingham will bring on the field goal unit. And we'll see who will be the first kicker to get the opportunity to boot it today. And it looks like it's Karsten Kiefer is going to get the first opportunity to kick field goals for the Sun Devils. The walk-on from Corona del Sol High in Tempe. This will be about a 32-yard attempt to give the Devils the lead. The kick is on its way, and the kick is good. So Karsten Kiefer able to deliver a 32-yard field goal to cap off the opening drive, and the string continues for the 10th time in 13 games. Arizona State has scored on its opening possession. With our score now, ASU 3 and Iowa State nothing. Boy, what a boost that has to be for the Sun Devils just to get a field goal from their beleaguered field goal kicking unit.
Yeah, but I like the confidence of what happened with ASU. They were in field goal range, and they ran that kicking team right out there. They didn't hesitate. They didn't think about it. Showed a lot of faith in Kiefer, and he drilled it.
That Sun Devil field goal means Mountain America Credit Union sends another $250 to the Sun Devil Club. Just another way Mountain America Credit Union is giving back and supporting Sun Devil athletics. Mountain America Credit Union, the official credit union of Sun Devil football. A 7-play, 60-yard scoring drive that took over 3 minutes and led to the Karsten Kiefer field goal. And now Ian Hershey is going to handle kickoffs, a job that has been performed and performed well all season long by Parker Lewis. So it will be Hershey who kicks it off, and he angles it downfield, and it is going to be fielded at the goal line. And I believe that's Jalen Jackson, a reserve running back on the kickoff return unit for Iowa State. So we'll get our first look at the Cyclones offense. Their quarterback is Rocco Becht, a sophomore from Wesley Chapel, Florida. 4th in the Big 12 this year with over 3,000 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Has also rushed for 7 TDs this year. And again, they have 2 great wide receivers, Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll, each with over 1,000 yards receiving. Getting the start at running back, it appears to be Carson Hansen out of Lakeville, Minnesota. 1st and 10, Iowa State from the 25-yard line. Becht out of the shotgun, will throw on 1st down, and the pass is deflected. I think Clayton Smith got his hands on it and deflected the pass that was headed for the near side of the field, incomplete. And they were going to go right away to Jaden Higgins, but Smith had other ideas.
Yeah, nice job of reading the quarterback. It was a quick rhythm throw into the boundary, going to be a quick hitch. Becht gets the ball out really fast. He's got a quick arm.
So it's 2nd down and 10 for the Cyclones from their 25-yard line. ASU leading 3-0, just underway in the Big 12 title game. On 2nd down and 10, Becht will hand the ball off. Abu Samu, and Samu with a big gain out to about the 35-yard line, and that'll be a 10-yard pickup. That's Abu Sama, I should say, a sophomore out of Des Moines, Iowa, tackled by Ghost Rouser, but Sama picks up 10 yards and a Cyclone 1st down. Sama remains the running back. They bring a fullback now, and all Big 12 fullbacks, Steve-O Klotz, in to the backfield as well. The 2 backs on either side of Rocco Becht on 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Becht gets the snap, looking to throw. The pass is thrown, and it's caught by a tight end at the 40-yard line. The completion to tight end Gabe Burkle, who makes his 18th reception of the year, 5-yard pickup to the 40 of Iowa State. Dropped on the play again by Ghost Rouser, and it will be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, nice quick throw. We've seen a couple of those. This little 5-yard routes by the wide receivers, one step by the quarterback, and he fires it out. Tim, this is a formation you may not have seen in a while. It's called an I formation with a fullback and a running back right behind the center and the quarterback.
And Becht is lined up under center on 2nd down and 5. The toss, the inside toss to Carson Hansen, and Ghost Rouser's the first to hit him. We have a penalty flag down as the gain is to the 46-yard line. It'll be a first down for Iowa State. And we'll see what the penalty flag is as Rouser was in on the play.
Got to watch the defensive backs can no longer go low on the blockers, so that they've got to be careful of that.
Face mask number 44, defense, 15 yards will be added to the end of the run, automatic first down.
So that penalty charged to Keyshawn Elliott, the Sun Devil linebacker, a face mask penalty. And boy, it seems like the Devils have had more than their share of those this year. And that advances the ball into ASU territory to the 39 of Arizona State. ASU with a 3-0 lead, but Iowa State on the move with its first possession. Carson Hansen is now the running back. They swing it out of the backfield to Hansen. He's in space and has a first down out inside the 30-yard line to the 28. An 11-yard pickup before the tackle was made by safety Xavier Alford.
Yeah, they give it to an edge receiver with two blockers out in front. Little swing route, equivalent to a fast toss sweep, really.
Now you have 4 receivers lined up far side, one of them being Hansen, the running back. He gets the swing pass here, and he gets the ball down inside the 25-yard line, pushed out of bounds at around the 22. Elijah O'Neal and Javen Robinson in on the play for Arizona State.
Yeah, quick wide receiver screen. Shamari Simmons went for the ball. He almost got the pick on that, just a half-second late. But again, Becht gets the ball out of his hands quickly, gets it to his playmakers.
A gain of 7, 2nd and 3 from the 21-yard line. Receivers to either side of the formation for Becht. Samu, the running back, gets the handoff, and Samu is dropped short of the first down, just inside the 20-yard line. He is tackled. The tackler was C.J. Fight, who made second team All Big 12 earlier this week. An outstanding sophomore player back in his home state of Texas.
Yeah.
And now the Cyclones go quickly on 3rd down on the quarterback sneak. And I don't know that Becht got it. It's going to be very close. Quarterback sneak as Iowa State sprinted to the line of scrimmage quickly, got the ball snapped. Becht with the sneak. And we're waiting to see if it's going to be a first down or not. And they do indicate it's a first down for the Cyclones.
Yeah, I'm not based on replay what I just saw. I think they got a generous spot. ASU did a good job of getting ready early, got down under the lineman, and they're going to get the call. But
yeah, I think they did get a generous spot. So it's a 1st and 10 Iowa State at the Sun Devil 18-yard line. Becht on first down will run to the near side of the field, and Becht gets inside the 15 to about the 13 before Keyshawn Elliott tackles him at the conclusion of a 5-yard pickup.
Kind of a design quarterback, keep a power run. 2 offensive linemen pull from the right to the left. They lead Becht around the left side.
Justin Watley and Elijah O'Neal check into the Sun Devil defense. Prince Dorba and Clayton Smith come out. Now we have a lot of other changes. Safety Kamari Wilson. Linebacker Jordan Crook, defensive lineman Blazo Lono Wong sprinting onto the field, and so too is Sun Devil freshman Martell Hughes. 2nd down and 5. Becht lines up under center. Off play action, Becht rolling to his right, throws, the pass caught by the tight end Burkle, and he's got a first down at the 6-yard line, tackled by Xavier Alford. 1st and goal Iowa State after a 7-yard gain.
Little bootleg pass to the right side. They're doing nice job of moving Becht around as a quarterback. He pumps the first time to get the lineman up in the air, creates a throwing lane for himself, and then when the lineman comes down, he hits the tight end in the flat.
First and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. Heavy jumbo formation. Becht under center, only one setback. Hand off to Hansen. Hansen straight ahead, gets inside the 5 to about the 3. There's a flag down in the end zone. Martell Hughes up off the bottom of the pile. Keyshawn Elliott also in on the tackle. 2 penalty flags thrown in the end zone.
thrown behind the play. Was this too many men on the field?
Our referee is Mike Vandervelde.
Illegal substitution, 12 players in formation, defense. That penalty is half the distance to the goal. It's first down.
Another penalty on the Sun Devils. Their second of this drive. They had that face mask penalty that gave this drive a huge kickstart. And now, too many men on the field. Advances the ball to the 3-yard line, and the Iowa State Cyclones get their first down back. It's first and goal. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. ASU's 3-0 lead in jeopardy here. Beck under center, off play action. Throws for the near flat. The ball is caught for a touchdown by running back Carson Hansen.
Beck had an incomplete on his first pass of the game, and then from there he went 5 out of 5 on that drive. A lot of quick passes, utilizing the tight ends and kind of working in that hash mark area. Play action pass, the linebackers stuck up. The tight end just blocked and then slow released out to the left for a touchdown.
That is Rocco Beck's 21st touchdown pass of the season. The extra point attempt by kicker Kyle Conrady is good, and Iowa State has taken the lead here. Each team scoring on its opening possession of the game. The Devils got a field goal. Iowa State gets a touchdown. Timeout with our score: Iowa State 7, Arizona State 3. You're listening to the Big 12 championship game here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Sunburros is a proud partner of ASU Athletics, family owned and operated by 3 generations of Sun Devil alumni. The Vasquez family has been serving authentic Sonoran-style Mexican recipes since the original Sunburros location on Mill and Baseline way back in 1986. Sunburros, Arizona's most loved Mexican restaurant. Visit any of their Valley locations today and taste the tradition. An 11-play, 75-yard scoring drive taking about 5.5 minutes, and Iowa State on the 3-yard touchdown pass from Rocco Beck to running back Carson Hansen. Hansen's first touchdown reception of the year. He's run for 11 scores. That's his first TD catch, and they have a 7-3 lead as we check in with Kevin Turner down on the sideline. KT?
Yeah, guys, what really jumps off the page at me is just how fast and how quick the ball pops out of Rocco Beck's hands. He's got really good field command and presence. The offensive line's doing a good job giving him a clean pocket. But if ASU can keep him between the tackles, they've got a better opportunity. As case in point, we were able to deflect his first pass of the game. We can't let him get into a half or a quarter roll. He's very dangerous out on the perimeter. Guys?
Yeah, he is a two-way threat to be sure. And after an incompletion on his first pass, 5 consecutive completions on that drive that led to a touchdown, as again Melquan Stovall is back deep to await the kick of Jace Gilbert. There are actually 2 kids named Jace Gilbert on this Iowa State football team, so the kicker, I guess we should refer to him as Jace T. Gilbert. And his kick sails to the near side of the end zone, and it hits about 5 yards deep in the end zone and will plant there for a touchback. And so Arizona State will go in on offense for the second time. The Devils had a decent drive downfield, fueled by a good first play from scrimmage 28-yard run by Cam Scadaboo, but the drive bogged down when Sam Leavitt just missed a touchdown completion to Xavier Guillory. ASU settled for a field goal. Iowa State took its first possession and went right down the field to pay dirt. They lead it over ASU 7-3 here with 6:30 left to go in the first quarter at AT&T Stadium. On the first play of this possession, Sam Leavitt will throw to the far side of the field, and that ball is caught by tight end Shimon Mateer, and Mateer gets wrestled to the turf immediately by safety Tayshawn James.
Quick 5-yard gain on that out route. Nice job by Sam getting the ball out quick. It's an out route into the boundary. Well, Iowa State's running a 30 front, Tim. They're running a defensive lineman right over the top of Leavitt, the center. So they got 3 down linemen. They play kind of a 3-3-5 look, if you will. A little bit more common defense in the Big 12.
On 2nd and 5, a pitch to Scadaboo heading to the near side, and Scadaboo is stacked up. He's close to a first down. I think he may be about a half-yard short. Linebacker Will McLaughlin was one of those in on the play for Iowa State. And so too is fellow linebacker Jack Sadowski.
Yeah, Ihanakor was uncovered. He looped out to his right, trying to get up to that second level to get to Sadowski and McLaughlin, the linebackers, and Ihanakor just missed. So Cam didn't have much of a chance to really do anything other than pick up 4 yards.
Devils bring in 2 tight ends. Cameron Harpole, Marquiston Douglas. Leavitt under center on 3rd and inches. Toss sweep left to Scadaboo, and Scadaboo, I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it, as he's dropped right about where the line of scrimmage was.
Short of the line to gain. It'll be 4th down.
Linebacker Jack Sadowski, one of those in on that play for the Cyclones, as well as fellow linebacker Cooper Ebel.
Now ASU substituted. Iowa State could substitute if they want to go big. They're still in that 3-3-5 set. They're going to keep that personnel group out there, so that tells me something, that they feel like that group can handle
the Devils
the 5 men up front.
Are going for it on 4th and inches, and Leavitt will throw on 4th down. He has a man wide open downfield, and the ball is caught by Stovall. It's a foot race, and Melquan Stovall is down inside the 5-yard line. Tackled at the 3 on 4th and inches. Arizona State throws the football and nearly gets a touchdown. Tayshawn James with the touchdown saving tackle for Iowa State. 1st and goal at the at the Cyclone 3-yard line.
That was a great throw by Sam. He had Stovall open. He didn't want to overthrow it, so he throws it high, gives him room to run underneath it. Everybody was up near the line of scrimmage, and big play, great call by Marcus Arroyo and Kenny Dillingham.
A 63-yard completion, and it's 1st and goal Sun Devils. As we have the Wildcat formation, and a timeout's going to be called, and it's going to be called by Arizona State.
I think the clock was running down on him, and remember, you got Cam Scadaboo in there as quarterback. He's not used to looking for the clock, so
prior to
Kenny
the
called
game,
timeout.
Arizona State called their first charge timeout. Timeout on the field.
And we have a timeout on the field with 3:39 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, Iowa State 7, Arizona State 3. Now these messages on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Gila River Resorts and Casinos proudly supports the Sun Devils and is Arizona's official sports headquarters, where you'll never miss a moment of the action. With Iowa State leading 7-3, but Arizona State threatening after that 63-yard completion to Melquan Stovall. Devils 1st and goal at the Cyclone 3-yard line. Let's check in with Kevin Turner down on the field.
Yeah, guys, I've got a pretty compelling stat. I went back and looked at our low red zone productivity. Cam Scadaboo's got 21 carries, 73 yards, average 3.5 yards per carry, and 12 touchdowns on 21 touches inside the red zone. We're at 3rd and 3. Just be average, Cam Scadaboo. You're in the end zone.
And the Devils looked like they were going to go with the wild scat formation, the direct snap to Scadaboo, before ASU used a timeout. And we'll see what Kenny Dillingham and Marcus Arroyo, the offensive coordinator, elect to do here coming out of the break. Think they'll kind of maybe go to something else, or just stick with the Wildcat and see what happens.
I mean, they showed it last week, right? They went to it. ASU went to it early in Tucson, so it's something that the Cyclones have repped. I think if you're ASU, your best player is Cameron Scadaboo, and giving him the ball direct with lead blockers makes it really, really hard.
Basically, you get one extra blocker on the defense in that kind of formation.
But
we'll see what happens.
I'm up here in the booth. I'm not paid like these guys, so we'll see what they do, though.
Sun Devil offense coming back onto the field, and indeed it will be Scadaboo with reserve offensive lineman Makua Pule in as a blocking back. He's lined up to the right of Scadaboo, who will take the direct snap on 1st and goal. Scat gets the snap, and now he fakes the give. He'll try to get outside, nothing there, reverses his field, and now just heaves a pass toward the end zone, and it's incomplete and was nearly picked off. Nearly picked off by linebacker Zachary Leavitt. And the Iowa State folks want an intentional grounding call. Scadaboo was in a world of hurt there. He faked the give to Makua Pule.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the tackle box and was able to get the ball beyond the line of scrimmage. Second down.
And Mike Vandevelde, the referee, nicely explains why no flag was thrown. But that play was nearly a disaster for ASU. Now Leavitt's back in. He'll line up under center. Poulet is an up back blocking for Scadaboo. They'll hand it to Scadaboo off left tackle, and he is dragged down for no gain on the play. As that Cyclone defense, which has been susceptible against the run, stiffens, and led by their captain, defensive tackle J.R. Singleton, a senior out of Gurnee, Illinois. So now it's 3rd and goal. The Devils had to settle for 3 the last time they were deep in Iowa State territory, though they weren't in the red zone that time. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 3. 3 receivers, Guillory, Stovall, Troy O'Meary lined up to the right side. Leavitt will take the ball and run it himself, and Sam Leavitt will take it in for a touchdown. A designed run for Sam Leavitt. 3 receivers lined up to the right. Leavitt got the snap, and he went left. Had an escort and found his way into the end zone for his 5th rushing touchdown of the year. And ASU regains the lead with 2:46 left in the first quarter.
I just am so impressed by the coaching staff at ASU. They went with the Wildcat. They went with I formation kind of a look, got blown up. Then this quarterback keep with Scat as the lead blocker. I mean, they just get the ball in the players' hands with many, many different looks.
The extra point attempt is up, and it is good. And once again, Karsten Kiefer did the kicking. Kiefer has a field goal and an extra point. And with 2:46 left to go in an exciting first quarter of the Big 12 championship game, Arizona State has regained the lead. Timeout with our score, the Sun Devils 10 and the Iowa State Cyclones 7. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Beat the heat at Circle K. Enjoy a Polar Pop or Froster for only 79 cents all year long. Head to your local Circle K to take advantage of this refreshing deal. Not a lot of heat to beat here. It's of course, we're nice and comfortable indoors in Jerry World here at AT&T Stadium, but outside, overcast day, temperatures probably going to get not much higher than 50 degrees, and they're expecting rain. In fact, we saw some rain in the area early this morning.
This is an amazing stadium. I've been here twice, and every time I walk away thinking the organization from top to bottom does everything so well. The way it's the signage, the way it's lit, the old pictures of the Cowboys around here. I mean, if you're a player, this is why you want to play, big football. You want to come to these stadiums for these Big 12 playoff games. You're a recruit. This is where you want to be. You want to be a Sun Devil. You want to be playing here in Jerry World.
And what better feature than bathrooms in the radio booths?
Oh, no, it's even better than that. There's the hand towels are paper towels with a embossed
Cowboy star.
Yep. I think Kevin Turner has like 5 in his bag already. He's taking them home, put him on the cocktail lounge.
A 7-play, 75-yard Sun Devil drive in 3:44. Sam Leavitt with the 3-yard scoring run to make it 10-7 ASU. As Ian Hershey getting set to kick off to Jalen Jackson, who's back deep. Jackson, one of the trio of running backs that Coach Matt Campbell and the Iowa State Cyclones employ.
Hey, Kevin, I go down to you on the sideline. I mean, what's it like down there for kickoff, the noise and the atmosphere?
Yeah, it's loud. The one thing that's a little challenging for this sideline reporter at 5'7"3/4", there's more media members and photographers than we've seen all year long combined. So my head's on a swivel. I'm running up and down trying to get a good view quarter of what's going on, guys. Here's the kickoff.
Hershey with the kickoff, and it's going to be fielded as a fair catch by Jalen Jackson at the 6-yard line. That would seem to have been an eminently returnable kick for Jackson, but nonetheless, the Cyclones will take the fair catch and start at their 25-yard line.
Interesting looking through the stats of the first drive. Iowa State scored, but they did not get the ball to their 2 playmakers, both their starting receivers, as
not
you mentioned.
Not one touch.
Correct. That'll change really quickly.
I think so, like probably on this drive. And now you have an empty formation for Rocco Becht on 1st and 10. As Becht looking to throw to the near side, gets the pass off, and that's caught by Jaden Higgins, one of the 2 wideouts. And Higgins has 19 yards up to the 44-yard line before he's brought down by Ghost Rouser on the play, but that's a quick Iowa State first down.
Yeah, that's a tight end in the flat. They've got a post corner route. The post corner route's going to be covered if he throws it deep, so he throws it behind the wide receiver who stops his route and gets the completion.
Beck pressured out of the pocket, rolling to his right, still rolling, now throws downfield, has to throw it away, couldn't find anybody open. Tight end Gabe Burkle was the closest potential receiver, and he was in front of the Arizona State sideline inside the Sun Devil 40-yard line. Pressure was coming that time from Shamari Simmons.
That was a nice job by Shamari. As Beck's rolling to his right, Shamari is not yet committing to the run. He's just stringing the play out and then finally put pressure on Beck.
Second down and 10 from the 44-yard line of the Cyclones. ASU leads 10-7 off play action. Beck drops back, delivers to the near side of the field. That's caught for a first down by the other 1,000-yard receiver, Jalen Knoll. And Knoll has a first down in Sun Devil territory at the 39-yard line. A 17-yard pickup. Keith Abney forced him out of bounds and brought him down.
It's interesting watching Iowa State. They're flashing their plays in. The offensive linemen are wearing wrist guards or play sheets on their wrist. They're looking and they're getting the formations sent to them. The quarterback's getting the play. They called into his helmet, and everybody's looking at their wrist and helmet. They got all kinds of communication going on.
On two pass plays, Iowa State already at the Sun Devil 39-yard line. Beck, the play action fake and a slant caught by Higgins, and Higgins is tackled at the 25-yard line, a 14-yard gain. Keith Abney again on the tackle. So on this drive, Iowa State carving up the Sun Devils with their 2,000-yard receivers.
Play action pass, linebackers come up, hit the slant route behind him.
On first down, handoff here to Carson Hansen. Hansen gets tripped up. I think it might have been Keyshawn Elliott who tripped him up, but Hansen still able to stumble forward to around the 21-yard line. And he picks up about 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Miles Ghost Rouser also in on that one for the Sun Devils.
Iowa State looks way too comfortable offensively, Tim. We're not getting any pressure on Beck.
No.
He's slinging the ball right and left. This play's had 5 plays so far. 4 of them have been passes.
Steve-O Klotz, a tight end, motions into the backfield as a blocking back. Off play action, Beck rolls to his right, dumps it off for Burkle, the tight end. He's got it. He's got a first down. Tackled inside the 10-yard line. Boy, they're just really carving up the Devils. Jordan Crook and Ghost Rouser teaming up on that stop for ASU, but Iowa State with a 1st and goal. They're going to spot it at the Devils' 9-yard line. On 1st and goal, 2 receivers split to the near side of the field. One of them is the fullback, Steve-O Klotz, and the other is a reserve receiver, Brett Eskilson.
Yeah.
But that will end the first quarter. What an action-packed period it was. Each team scoring on each of its possessions. ASU on its 2. Iowa State on its 1, with the Cyclones threatening to regain the lead when the second quarter begins. After 1 period of play, it's Arizona State 10, Iowa State 7. Back with the second quarter of today's game in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Forks up, Sun Devil fans. Chick-fil-A is growing in Tempe. In addition to your go-to location near campus, we're excited to introduce our newest location at Broadway and Priest. Whether you're fueling up before the game or grabbing dinner on the way home, we've got you covered with 2 great locations for all your Chick-fil-A favorites. Come check us out soon, and let's go Devils. Start of the second quarter of this Big 12 championship game in Arlington, Texas. After 1 period of play, it's Arizona State 10, Iowa State 7, but the Cyclones on the move, and they will begin the second period with the ball at the 9-yard line of ASU, 1st and goal. And as you said, Jeff Van Raphorst, the Devils just have been carved up so far by this Iowa State offense led by Rocco Beck, who's 8 of 10 passing for 84 yards and a touchdown.
8 of 10 passing, but within their offense. They're moving the ball very effectively. ASU's got the big play on 4th and 1. They used that trick play. Not their trick play. They used, an aggressive play call.
Basically, both Sun Devil scores big plays. Cam Scadaboo, first play from scrimmage, a 28-yard run to get him into Cyclone territory. They end up getting a field goal, and as you said, the 4th and 1 63-yard completion to Melquan Stovall set up Leavitt's touchdown, whereas Iowa State's been nickel and diming them to death.
I mean, they're just executing right now, and I think it comes down to two things. To me, and Kevin, I'm going to come down to you, but it looks like Iowa State is controlling the line of scrimmage better, whether it's pass blocking or whether it's taking away ASU's running game. What are you seeing just in tilt on line of scrimmage down there from the field, KT?
Well, yeah, that, and also the play action. It's freezing our linebackers. They're not able to get into the curl and flat area, and then we're getting hit on some of the crossers, and the tight ends got 3 receptions already this afternoon. So Rocco Beck, what really jumps off the page is how quickly he gets the ball out of his hand. And remember Mauser, who's the offensive coordinator, he's been with this program, he's been with Campbell for 9 years, started out as a graduate assistant. This is his first year calling plays.
Yeah, interesting. He coaches offensive coordinator and tight end.
1st and goal at the 9. Both the star receivers, Knoll and Higgins, flanked to the left of the formation. It's going to be a handoff to Abu Sama, the running back, and Sama gets short yardage, maybe 1 inside the 8-yard line. Good fake there by Rocco Beck, but he made the handoff to Sama, and it's a gain of only a yard on the play as they get up off the bottom of the pile. We have guys like Jordan Crook, Elijah O'Neal, Justin Watley in on that play for Arizona State. And now the Cyclones will take 4 receivers, 4, and line them up to the far right side of the formation on 2nd and goal. Beck looking that way now, throws for the near corner of the end zone, intended for Higgins, incomplete. The pass broken up by Javen Robinson. They lined up the 4 receivers to the far right and then came to the backside to Higgins, who was all by himself on the left. And that quick back shoulder pass near the pylon was defended nicely by Javen Robinson.
Yeah, very aggressively. That was an interesting formation, wasn't it, Tim? I mean, the quarterback draw was there. 4 receivers right, 1 left. They had 5 offensive linemen in the middle. They had 3 D linemen and a linebacker there.
Now it's 3rd and goal. Jalen Jackson is in at running back for Iowa State, their kickoff return man.
Offsides by Iowa State.
And we're going to get a penalty flag and illegal procedure on the Cyclones.
Number 9, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Receiver Jaden Higgins moved before the snap, and that'll push him back to the 14. It'll be 3rd and goal from the ASU 14-yard line as the Devils get a couple of subs in on defense, including linebacker Caleb Robinson. Cyclones come up to the line of scrimmage. They have a receiver, Carson Brown. He's become their number 3 receiver. He and Knoll are split to the left of the formation. Higgins split to the right. Carson Hansen, the running back now. Tight end in motion on 3rd and goal from the 14. Beck looking, throws to the near side, caught by Hansen, and he's dropped in the open field for a loss by Caleb McCullough. A great open field tackle by McCullough, and Hansen is brought down all the way back at the 18-yard line. A loss of 4, and it will be 4th and goal, and there is a Sun Devil injured on the play.
That was a nice job by Martell Hughes covering the tight end in motion.
Prince Dorba is the Sun Devil who is down back in his hometown of Dallas. Prince from Highland Park High School, about a half-hour drive from AT&T Stadium in the exclusive Dallas suburb. It's actually kind of an enclave within the city of Dallas of Highland Park. That's the area where SMU is located. And as they treat Prince Dorba on the field, Prince in a seated position right now, we're going to take a timeout with the score ASU 10, Iowa State 7. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Sun Devil fans, every Sunday night at 10:30, catch Fox 10 Sports Night, hosted by Richard Sines, Robbie Baker, and Megan Plain. For the best local Sun Devil sports coverage, always turn to Fox 10 Sports, the home of Sun Devil athletics, on air and streaming on the Fox local app. Let's check in with Kevin Turner. He's got an update for us down on the field prior to this likely field goal attempt coming up for Iowa State.
Yeah, Javen Robinson and Keith Abney providing each other a tutorial. Javen Robinson over on Keith Abney showing the stutter step move and the swim to the outside. He said, be aware of that. And what he's telling him to do, he said, don't come up and press. Sink on that stutter step because he's not going to fake out anybody, and open your hips. A real interesting exchange. 2 players transferring knowledge on each side of the field here. Really cool to see that.
Yeah, and 2 young players too. Keith Abney, a sophomore in his 2nd year in the program. Javen Robinson, a sophomore in his 1st year at Arizona State, having transferred in from Washington State, where he had a prior relationship with current Sun Devil defensive coordinator Brian Ward. But what a great defensive play that was on 3rd down. Caleb McCullough with an excellent open field tackle of the running back Carson Hansen out in the open flat on that swing pass attempt on 3rd and goal, dropping him for a loss of 4. And so now Kyle Conrady, the Cyclones honorable mention all Big 12 place kicker, 19 of 25 on field goals this year, and he's got a strong leg. He has a long of 54 yards. This attempt will come from the 26-yard line on the far hash. It'll be a 36-yard try out of the hold of punter Tyler Perkins. As the referee Mike Vanderveld blew his whistle, now is signaling for the clock to start ticking away. We're inside the 1st minute of the 2nd quarter as Conrady trying to tie the football game at 10 apiece. There's the snap. The kick is headed downfield, and the kick is good. And so we're all even up at 10. Conrady with his 20th field goal of the year. Sun Devils 10 and the Cyclones 10. So far, it's been a close game on the scoreboard. Close statistically. ASU outgaining Iowa State by 16 yards thus far. The Devils with 135 yards. The Cyclones with 119. But as we said, on the 2 drives of each team, the big difference, Rapper, the Cyclones are just getting solid chunks of yardage almost on every play, it seems, whereas the Sun Devils have used a couple of big plays to get into scoring position on their drives.
Yeah, it's right now the offense, if you look at his production efficiency, you think Iowa State's doing better. Both of their scoring drives were over 10 plays. 11 plays the first drive for 75 yards, 10 plays, 57 on that one. So you don't like to see that, but I did like the fact that ASU got a little pressure on Beck that time. Linebackers flying around, and I keep going back to Hughes. I really like Martell Hughes in that 3rd down package because he's so quick. Young freshman out of Morris, out of San Diego.
Yeah. The Cyclones had it 1st and goal at the 9 and had to settle for 3 as Gilbert kicks it off, and Melquan Stovall signals the fair catch and makes it at the 1-yard line. So the Devils will begin their 3rd possession of the game at the 25.
Jordan Tyson's the guy they missed, the leading wide receiver for ASU.
Yep.
He took, I don't know if you saw this stat, we had our crew run some stat numbers, but 62% of all wide receiver targets. So every time a ball was thrown, 62% of them went Jordan Tyson's way.
Sam Leavitt leading the offense onto the field for this possession, which will begin at the ASU 25. The Devils going right to left across your dial here in the 2nd quarter in Arlington. Scadaboo in the backfield. Scadaboo gets the handoff. Scadaboo finds room, and Scadaboo is still on his feet. Gets outside to the 40, to the 50. Scadaboo still on his feet to the Iowa State 40, to the 30, and finally is dragged down inside the 30-yard line at around the 27. Cam Scadaboo simply would not go down. Cornerback Miles Purchase finally was able to get him down. They will mark the ball at the 28-yard line.
That's the play that's going to be brought up by Matt Campbell next year in spring football, talking about tackling somebody to the ground. You better get in the legs of Cam Scadaboo. You better tie him up like you're roping, put rope around both feet, because he is just too strong and too much balance.
47-yard pickup. Kyson Brown is in at running back now. Kyson Brown gets the handoff, and he gets short yardage off the right side of his offensive line as he gets it to about the 26, a pickup of 2 on the play. Up off the bottom of that pile for the Cyclones is linebacker Cooper Ebel.
It looked like ASU pulled their backside tackle that time. Josh Atkins, left tackle, pulled forward. Both of those were kind of a power set where we talked about how to run against the 30, bring a lineman to the other side of the formation to get a mathematical advantage, and they've been doing it with the left tackle Atkins.
Melquan Stovall goes in motion on 2nd down. They swing it out of the backfield to Brown out in open space, and Brown is inside the 20, and Kyson Brown is tackled close to a 1st down, tackled at around the 17-yard line, and I think he will have that 1st down. as the tackle was made by linebacker Jacob Ellis with an assist from four-time honorable mention all Big 12 safety Bo Freeler. He's number 17. If you're listening to us and watching on television, keep an eye on 17, Freeler. He's the heart and soul of their defense. 1st and 10, Sun Devils at the Iowa State 18, trying to break a 10-10 tie here in the early minutes of the second quarter. Leavitt claps his hands, gets the snap, off play action, looks to throw, no one open, rolls to his right. Now still trying to keep the play alive, running to the 15, running to the 10, Sam running to the 5, and Sam is down inside the 5-yard line, tackled at the 3. A 1st and goal for Arizona State on a 14-yard scramble by Sam Leavitt, as the first hit came from Cooper Ebel of Iowa State.
Okay, the lower body strength and the balance of Leavitt is very evident. A lot of times quarterbacks get a hand on him, and no offense to my brother, but we go down pretty easily. Sam Leavitt fighting hard for yardage.
The other tackler, interestingly, was safety Malik Verdon for Iowa State, the son of former ASU defensive lineman Jimmy Verdon. On 1st and goal, handoff here, and a touchdown! A touchdown for Cam Skattebo! Skattebo takes it in from the 3-yard line and puts Arizona State back in the lead with 10:49 remaining in the first half. And again, a big play fuels a Sun Devil touchdown drive. And again, the big play and the touchdown both came from Mr. Cam Skattebo. And a terrific block by offensive lineman Kyle Scott to help Skattebo find his way to pay dirt. And now Karsten Kiefer on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So we have a timeout on the field with 10:49 remaining in an action-packed first half of the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game in Arlington, Texas. And our score, Arizona State 17 and Iowa State 10. You're listening to the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. ChazRoberts.com for Arizona's leader in heating, plumbing, cooling, and caring. Chaz Roberts serving you since 42. That scoring drive, 5 plays, 75 yards in 3 minutes. A 47-yard run by Cam Skattebo, setting up a 3-yard touchdown run by Cam Skattebo. Arizona State leads it 17-10, and Rapper, we were talking during the break, it's almost like an Arena Football League game has broken out. First team to get a stop wins.
You know, that was a great analogy. You said that, and I kind of looked over and I go, dang, you're right. It's just going to keep, you got to almost think about this game as 4 quarters. Every drive, every play, don't get lost in anything. There's going to be highs and lows. We've talked in the past, about how momentum shifts in the game, and it's how do you keep momentum on your side for as long as possible, and on the same side, blunt it as quickly as possible when they get it. I don't know. It's got to. This is fun, right? We're at the Big 12 championship game, and
high action, lots of action, very entertaining game. If you're wondering, I would say the stadium is probably about maybe 55% full. I think Iowa State probably has more fans, but the Sun Devils who are here are making a lot of noise for their team. And it's a great atmosphere, beautiful facility, as Rapper mentioned, and all is good on planet Earth right now.
Everything is good in Sun Devil land. The Sun Devils have scored every time they've had the ball, and now it's Iowa State's turn to even it up. Score 17-10 here in the second quarter.
Ian Hershey has been handling the kickoffs. I had heard some scuttlebutt that Parker Lewis may have been a little bit nicked in practice this week, hence Karsten Kiefer handling the field goals and extra points, and the kickoffs going to Hershey, who kicks this one to Jalen Jackson, who fields it at the 5-yard line for a touchback.
At some point, Jalen Jackson's going to bring one of these back.
Don't you think? Somebody, yeah.
The ball's not going high enough. It's not going deep enough. And their special teams coach is charting it. He's got the stopwatch. He's taking a look at it. Now, whether they get to it in the second half or not, kick return could be a big part of this game here.
I agree with you, partner. And that's one area where Parker Lewis was really good this year for the Sun Devils, their kickoff man. 42 of his 69 kickoffs this year have gone for touchbacks.
Look at this formation, Tim.
You have 2 power guys in the backfield, 2 tight ends blocking for Carson Hansen, who gets the handoff and goes straight up the middle and picks up about 7 or 8 yards. before he gets tackled on the play by Caleb McCullough. As the Cyclones took their tight end, Gabe Burkle, and their fullback, Steve-O Klotz, and lined them up to either side and up from the deep back, Carson Hansen. And Hansen with a nice gain on the play, a gain of 8 yards.
Burkle and Klotz, both 260 pounds.
2nd down and 2. Hansen remains the running back. Jalen Knoll and Higgins are both split to the left of the formation for Rocco Beck.
Man-to-man set, single free safety.
Beck looks right, now comes back left. He's throwing for Higgins and overthrows him, incomplete. Javen Robinson was in coverage for Arizona State, and the ball slightly overthrown to the far side of the field, and that will set up a 3rd down and 2 with a little over 10 minutes remaining in the first half, and Arizona State leading at 17-10.
One of the things that Beck looks like he's doing, Tim, is throwing the ball behind the wide receiver so that the big 6'4 receivers can turn around, post up on the smaller DBs.
Higgins is 6'4. Now Knoll, in contrast, is only 5'11". 3rd down and 2. This time Beck will line up under center, with Steve-O Klotz blocking for Hansen, who gets the inside pitch and breaks free for a 1st down. Boy, a great tackle by Xavion Alford at the 39-yard line. A gain of 6 and a 1st down, but if Hansen gets by Alford, he had a lot of room to roam up that far side of the field. Big play by Xavion Alford, who was named first team All Big 12 in 2024. 1st and 10 Iowa State at the 39 of the Cyclones. Jalen Jackson, I should say, is in at running back. Jackson gets the handoff. He finds some space on the far side, and he is close to a 1st down before he's dropped by Ghost Rouser at the 49-yard line. And that will be, are they going to say a 1st down? Or did he get stopped short? I believe he's just inches short of the 1st down. Jalen Jackson out of Burleson, Texas, not too far from here. 2nd down, less than a yard. Abu Sama is in at running back now, and Steve-O Klotz, a fullback, in the backfield with him. As Beck will roll and look to throw on 2nd and short, has loads of time. Now he's being chased, scrambles to his right, still looking downfield. The pass is thrown incomplete. Intended for Higgins on the near side of the field in front of the Cyclone bench. Shamari Simmons and Keith Abney were both back there defensively for ASU.
You know, one thing I wish defensive linemen would be taught was if a quarterback's running and he's out of the pocket, defensive linemen put their hands up. If they would just get their hands waist high and take out the quarterback's legs, it takes away all those pump fakes, because the pump fake gets their hands up and the quarterback runs by him. That could have been a sack.
So now it'll be 3rd down and inches. The Cyclones took a shot on 2nd and 1. Didn't succeed. Now they'll try on 3rd down. Beck on the quarterback sneak, and I think he's got the 1st down. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. He gets it right to the 50-yard line, and that is enough to move the chains and give Iowa State a 1st down. As the Cyclones get some subs in, former walk-on wide receiver Carson Brown comes into the lineup. So too does Dominic Overby, a wide receiver, a 6'5" freshman from West Jordan, Utah, and a Utah State 5A record holder in the 100 meters. He's split wide to the right side of the formation. Abu Sama remains the running back. He's lined up to the right of Beck. On 1st and 10, they give it to Sama heading left, and Sama is able to scurry for a couple of yards. He first got tripped up, it looked like, near the line of scrimmage. Was that Prince Dorba that was able to get to him? And finally he was brought down after a gain of about 3. Set up a 2nd and 7. The ball at the ASU 47-yard line. 7.5 minutes remaining first half. Arizona State 17, Iowa State 10. Neither team has been stopped yet today. Each has scored on every one of its possessions. Carson Hansen is now in at running back. Off play action, Beck to throw. Gets the pass off to the near side of the field, and it's caught. Beautifully thrown ball, caught by Jaden Higgins before he went out of bounds near the 30-yard line of ASU, with LaTerrence Welch in coverage for the Sun Devils.
Play action pass to the left side. They fake the run, and then it's a deep out route to the right side. Well thrown. Nice ball. Arc was great. Rotating.
My mistake. Shamari Simmons was the player in coverage for Arizona State. It's a first down to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 17. I formation with Becht under center. Hand off to Carson Hansen, and Hansen gets dragged down by Cyrus Fiaseu right at the mesh point, and Fiaseu drops him right at the 30 for no gain.
Yeah, Fiaseu comes on a blitz that time, does a nice job of getting in. He and Keyshawn Elliott both there for the tackle.
Clock continues to tick away. We're under 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half. ASU 17, Iowa State 10.
Geika comes in. ASU's rotating their defensive line, trying to keep them fresh to get some kind of push up front.
Second down and 10 from the Sun Devil 30. A quick swing pass out in the far flat to Jalen Knoll, and Knoll gets knocked off his pins on a beautiful open field tackle by Javen Robinson after a gain of only about 2 yards to the Sun Devil 28.
That was well played. Keyshawn Elliott stays inside Knoll, forces him to bounce it out, and Javon Robinson comes up and makes the tackle.
So a big third down here. 3rd and 8 for the Cyclones. They are 3 of 4 on third down so far today.
Well, they have a cover 0 look right now. I think Rouser will back up to man free look here.
Trips right for the Cyclones. Becht to throw on third down. Here comes the pressure, trying to get away, and now he just throws it up for grabs downfield. It's incomplete, intended for Carson Brown. The Cyclone fans wanted pass interference. No flags are down, as defending on the play for ASU was quarterback Keith Abney. And Matt Campbell, the head coach of Iowa State, furious that no penalty flag was thrown that time.
They may keep, here, let's see what they do here. Long field goal attempt. They've got enough leg to get there, but ball was thrown. Again, should have had a sack. There was a lot of contact between both players, both kind of pushing on each other. Does it feel like in the Big 12 this year that these officials let more go on between the wide receivers and DBs than the Pac-10 to you?
It seems like it. Here's a 46-yard field goal attempt by Kyle Conrady. Kick is on its way, and he hooked it wide left, no good. And so the Cyclones come up empty, the first time today that either team has failed to score on a possession. So the Sun Devils will get pretty good field position on the exchange after the missed field goal attempt by Conrady. As we have a timeout with 5:13 remaining in the first half, our score remains Arizona State 17 and Iowa State 10. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Score big with Venezia's New York-style pizza. Visit us at 7 Valley locations, the east and west concessions of Mountain America Stadium, or swing by Pizza Presto at Sun Devil Marketplace before the big game. Every bite is as satisfying as a Sun Devil win. Order now at venezias.com. Well, perhaps the Sun Devils forcing Iowa State into or ASU maybe getting a service break, if you want to use a tennis comparison. After each team had scored on its first possessions, ASU 3, Iowa State 2 of them, the Devils get a stop of the Cyclones on that third down incompletion where Rocco Becht had to scramble for his life, and then just threw one up for grabs that almost brought a pass interference flag. The Cyclone fans and Matt Campbell, their head coach, thought there should have been a flag. Keith Abney defending intended receiver Carson Brown. And then the missed field goal try by Conrady, and the Devils take over with 5:13 remaining in the first half, and they take over at their own 28.
Yeah, Luke and I were talking with Sean about that pass. You know, it was a bailout pass. Quarterback was in trouble. That's a couple times, though, that Becht has escaped a tackle. ASU's got to make sure they get him down, because there's a chance for a sack or two in this game.
First down for the Sun Devils off play action. Leavitt drops back. Leavitt throwing deep downfield for Malik McClain, and McClain makes a diving catch at the 29-yard line of Iowa State. Malik McClain with his first catch of the season. Just activated this week. He was going to redshirt.
It's going to be close. They're going to come back. If I'm ASU, I run a play as fast as I can.
Tayshawn James was back there in coverage. The gain to the 43 yards on the reception, and now the play will be reviewed.
Yeah, Matt Campbell was racing down the field. He saw the same thing. There's a chance this ball hits the ground. The question is whether or not it moves within his hands. How about that job by Malik McLean?
The story on McLean, a transfer from Penn State, who also previously played at Florida State, played in the first couple of games. He got into camp, he got to the Sun Devils late in the summer and was not completely healthy. And after a couple of
Prior
games,
to Iowa State calling a timeout, previous play of a completed pass for a first down is under review.
so the play will be reviewed. This official review brought to you by Accident Law Group, supporting the community, whether it's in the courtroom or on the field. Find us online at accidentlawgroup.com or call 480-900-HURT. But after a couple of weeks, the decision was made for McLean to redshirt so he could get fully healthy and be back and ready to go for next season. But with the Sun Devils so short of depth with the injury to Jordan Tyson at the wide receiver spot, he's been activated, and now they're reviewing to see whether he came up with a huge 43-yard completion. As we go quickly down to the field to Kevin Turner.
Yeah, guys, what I saw in real time that happened right in front of me, the ball did not move. The ball hit the ground, which by rule is okay as long as you maintain possession and control of the ball. So I'd be surprised if they turn this over. But great recognition by Sam Leavitt as they rolled the boundary side corner. Malik had a free release, and he saw him right away.
Number 12 has firm possession of the ball. It's a completed pass. First down, Arizona State.
And so the Sun Devils, another big play, Jeff Van Raphorst, for this Arizona State offense. They've had 4 possessions,
Iowa
and they've
State
had a
still
big
has
chunk
3
play on all of
timeouts
them.
remaining.
You know what? It's obvious that Kenny wants to throw everything at this game. Whatever he's got to do. He's throwing deep. Guys are coming off red shirts. I mean, it's, Tim Healy, you got eligibility left, fine. We need your in. Go play. I mean, that's the kind of game it is. Everybody has to be ready at any point in time to make a huge play.
Me and my one healthy leg, right? 1st and 10. Again, a play fake, and Leavitt throwing to the near side of the field again. That one intended for Xavier Guillory, incomplete, overthrown. Guillory was covered by cornerback Darian Porter. Guillory does not have a reception yet today. Malik Stovall 2, including 1 for 63 yards to set up a Sun Devil touchdown.
Sam Leavitt 6-9, 142 yards. And really throwing well. Rocco Beck 10 of 16. So both quarterbacks are executing. 2nd and 10 here. Ball to 29-yard line.
Iowa State's 29. Leavitt hands to Scadaboo. Scadaboo slips out of a tackle, tries to stay on his feet but cannot, as he's brought down on a good open field play by safety Tayshawn James. And it's no gain on the play for Scadaboo. It'll set up a 3rd down and 10.
One thing we have not seen yet, we haven't seen Sam Leavitt really keep it on a designed RPO. Sam's got great legs. That's going to be there at some point.
He's run for 1 touchdown today. A 3rd down and 10 from the 29-yard line. 2 receivers split to the far side of the field. Scadaboo, the running back, to the left of Leavitt. Sam gets the snap off play action. Pressure coming. He's in trouble, and he goes down as he is thrown down to the turf by Dominique Orange, 325-pound nose guard known as the Big Citrus. And the Big Citrus gets the sack of Sam Leavitt that pushes the ball all the way back to the 37-yard line of Iowa State.
Honeycore really has some challenges on that right side, right tackle. He's ASU's offensive right tackle. He gets beat around the edge. Sam has to kind of step up, and then he gets met by the Big Citrus.
So now what are the Sun Devils going to do? The offense is off the field, and it looks like punter Canyon Floyd is going to come in. And I believe the Devils are going to try to pin him deep, as Floyd will punt from the Iowa State 37-yard line.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
I would imagine Iowa State have declined this. It's such a short punt. You want to give them more room?
Devils, they're marking off the 5 yards on the delay of game. By the way, their stud receiver, Jalen Knoll, is also their punt returner, and he was named the Big 12 Special Teams Co-Player of the Year this year, averaging over 15 yards on 13 punt returns. So he's dangerous in that role. Let's see what Floyd's able to do on this punt here. Sam will kick it from near midfield as he gets off a high end-over-ender. Knoll signaling for a fair catch at the 10-yard line and makes the reception there.
Perfectly done.
32-yard punt, but the number deceiving there. No return, and you pin Iowa State deep in their end of the field, starting from their 10-yard line. But unfortunately, the big chunk play on the pass from Leavitt to Malik McLean was unable to result in points, and the Sun Devils are stuck with their first empty possession of this game.
That was a well-designed punt, though, right? Just a good, solid kick. Kicked it right to the 10. And at that point, when the ball's in the air, I mean, it was just a quick, easy, fair catch signal by Noel. Well done by ASU, finishing that what was a bad series.
2 running backs, Jalen Jackson and Carson Hansen, are in the backfield with Rocco Becht on this 1st and 10. They hand it to Jackson heading left, looking for room, going nowhere. Devils sniff it out nicely. Caleb McCullough and Clayton Smith help string out the play. Jordan Crook there to finish it off. And the gain is nil, no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 10. We're approaching the 2-minute timeout here in the first half. ASU 17, Iowa State 10. Cyclones with a 2nd down and 10 from their 10. 10-4.
10-10.
Becht in the shotgun, empty formation on 2nd and 10. There's the snap. Becht looking to his left. Becht throws to his left. Caught by Gabe Burkle, the tight end. He's bumped out of bounds immediately on the play. After a gain to the 14-yard line, Jordan Crook, the linebacker, knocks him out of bounds after a gain of 4. It'll set up a 3rd and 6 from the Cyclone 14 when we come back from the 2-minute timeout. 2 minutes remaining in a highly entertaining first half of football at the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game in Arlington, Texas. Our score, Arizona State 17, Iowa State 10. Timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 2 minutes left to go in the first half here at the Big 12 Championship game. An entertaining first half of football. Arizona State 17, Iowa State 10. Each team, the Sun Devils scored on their first 3 possessions, the Cyclones on their first 2, but then Iowa State missed a field goal. Arizona State advanced the ball to the Cyclone 28 on a long pass to Malik McLean, only to be pushed backwards and having to eventually punt the football. So now with 2 minutes to go in the half, the Cyclones face a 3rd down and 6 at their 14-yard line. This would be a big stop if Arizona State's defense could get it. We're in that middle 8 of the game, but more significantly perhaps, keep in mind Iowa State won the toss at game start. They will get the football to start the second half.
Interesting play call for Iowa State. You got a quarterback who's pretty hot, 11 of 17. You got a lot of targets, that you can go to. For the most part, Higgins was the guy that everybody kind of had circled, thinking he's going to have, could be the guy to make the really big plays. And
Higgins so far 3 catches for 50 yards. Gabe Burkle, their tight end, is their leading receiver today, 4 receptions for 28. He and fellow tight end Ben Bramer are split to the left side, 3 receivers to the right, including Higgins and Knoll. Empty formation on 3rd down and 6.
Sun Devils showing blitz in both A-gaps.
There's the snap. Becht under pressure, scrambles to his right, gets away from pressure, still on his feet, and now dumps the pass off, incomplete. Keyshawn Elliott was in his face, bringing the pressure and forcing Becht over to the far sideline. And the Devils get a big 3 and out here. And the Cyclones will have to punt it from deep in their end of the field. ASU should get pretty good field position on the exchange. The Sun Devils have 2 timeouts remaining.
Yeah, Dorba came clean on that blitz. That was all the offensive linemen went down towards the center to pick up the blitz. Dorba comes free off the quarterback's right side, and Dorba loses contain. That's one thing they're going to have to get cleaned up in the second half.
The punter for the Cyclones is Tyler Perkins, a junior from Norwalk, Ohio. has the best career average in Iowa State history, gets off a good punt here. Melquan Stovall fields at the 37-yard line, and he'll return it, get to the near side of the field. Stovall with a nice return as he is tackled at around the 49. There is a penalty flag down, however.
By pushing the back, it looked like.
And 9 times out of 10 on a flag on these kicks and punts, it's an illegal block in the back by the return team.
Yeah, my stat monitor shows 11 times out of 10 it's against the receiving team.
I think your stats monitor is probably right. That was a 12-yard return by
Illegal
Stovall.
block in the back, number 38, receiving team, 10 yards from the end of the kick. First down, Arizona State.
Reserve defensive back Kyan McDonald, a very highly thought of backup nickel from Seattle, Washington, guilty of the infraction, as we check in quickly with Kevin Turner. KT.
All right, guys, here we go. Middle 8, $1:40 remaining. ASU's outscored their opponents 80-16 here in 2024. Let's see what Kenny Dillingham and company's got up their sleeve here with 1:40 remaining in the half.
Is it just me, or is that Kevin Turner's favorite stat of the entire season?
You know what?
Middle 8.
Kevin Turner's got more. I tell you what, he is the most prepared sideline person I've ever seen. He could do 10 games in a row, back to back to back, with all the stats that he's got. But he gets them in sequence. He gets them in the right spots.
That's
why we like having him down there.
And that middle 8 has really been a boon to Kenny Dillingham. I think Kenny got the middle 8 mindset, if you will, from his former boss and one-time Arizona State football analyst Dan Lanning, the head coach at Oregon, when Kenny was Coach Lanning's offensive coordinator in 2022. So the Sun Devils, after the penalty, get the ball pushed back to their 28-yard line, 1st and 10. On first down, they hand the ball off to Scadaboo, spins off tackles, heads upfield, breaks free. Here's a foot race. Scadaboo to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, and finally brought down at the 20-yard line. Tackled by Iowa State cornerback Darian Porter. Another huge chunk play for this explosive Arizona State offense in the first half.
4 tackles he broke within 5 yards. Broke another one at 8 yards before he's finally tackled that. He's a machine.
A 43-yard run for Scadaboo.
There is no foul on the play. That's an Arizona State player towel. First down.
Cam Scadaboo, I don't know how he made that run.
The clock is running right now. Shouldn't it be stopped?
Yeah, he just willed it right through. They'll adjust it here. Cam Scadaboo's will is unbelievable.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 1 minute 17 seconds, please. 1:17. It'll start on my ready for play. 1:17.
I shortchanged Scat some yards. That was a 53-yard run by Scadaboo, and he's down at the 19 of Iowa State. The Sun Devils have had a big chunk play in every possession of this game, and 3 times it's led to scores. Leavitt swings it to Scadaboo out of the backfield on the near side, and Scadaboo as a receiver gets down to around the 15-yard line before he is bumped out of bounds by Bo Freeler. And that's a heart and soul meets heart and soul play there. Freeler, I think, is the just the soul, heart and soul of this Iowa State defense, and we know what Scadaboo means not only to the Arizona State offense but to this entire Sun Devil football team. It's a pickup of 5 on that play, 2nd and 5 at the 14. 1:07 remaining in the half.
Freeler making his 36th consecutive start.
Kyson Brown now in at running back. A fake toss to Brown. Leavitt sets up to throw, nothing available. Rolls to his right, now will take off and run, and Sam Leavitt stumbles all the way forward inside the 5-yard line to the 3. And it's 1st and goal. If Leavitt had just been able to keep his feet there, he had his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. As it is, it's a 1st and goal for ASU with 55 seconds remaining in the first half.
Sam Leavitt does a great job, runs right out for the linebacker, puts his foot in the ground, fakes him out. Sam cuts up inside, gets all the way to the 2, stumbles, does a nice job of elevating his body and trying to get near the end zone, but phenomenal play by number 7, phenomenal play by number 4, back-to-back.
Leavitt will line up
10 and 4.
Leavitt lines up under center. The give to Scadaboo, and Scadaboo bulls into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And he gives the Heisman pose at the end. In case anybody's noticed, hey, Tim, you have a Heisman vote. I don't want to get you biased, but nice job by Cam Scadaboo. Just gets it on a power run up inside, and Cam he only needed 134 yards, so Cam Scadaboo has now got a record going.
He has just tied the Arizona State single-season record for rushing touchdowns. That is his 19th rushing touchdown of the year, his second of this game. He now has 21 total touchdowns. The extra point attempt is good by Karsten Kiefer, and it's 24-10 ASU with 27 seconds remaining in the first half. With his 21 total touchdowns, Scadaboo is now second in ASU history behind only the late great Wilford Whizzer White, who scored 22 touchdowns back in 1950. Scadaboo, with his 19 rushing touchdowns, ties the record previously held by Woody Green, who ran for 19 touchdowns in 1972.
Number 12 for Iowa State is now wearing number 1. Number 12 has checked in wearing number 1.
He has now, Scadaboo now has got over 2,000 yards on the year. I mean, he came in the game the number 2 receiver for ASU.
Scadaboo, 10 catches, 140 yards, and Rapper, I'm sorry, you were asking about Heisman votes. Scadaboo is starting to do the Heisman pose.
He's starting to do it, right? And I'm thinking, I wonder if people are watching. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, my partner here has a Heisman vote, and he's watching.
I do, and I'm watching.
I'll tell you,
I've got my eyes glued on this game.
I'll tell you what, there's so many records, there's so many things that are going to fall, but stay in the moment.
Yep.
Sun Devils capitalize on a quick strike on 2 great plays with their feet.
Arizona State with 317 first half total yards. The kickoff, Jalen Jackson again will field it in the field of play at the 2-yard line and is content to take a touchback with 27 seconds remaining in the half. And it'll be interesting to see how Matt Campbell and his offensive coordinator Taylor Mauser handle it here. Iowa State, keep in mind, as we mentioned, will get the second half kickoff here. So that was really huge for ASU to get that score late in the first half.
That was monumental. And then keep in mind, I mean, KT talked about the middle 8. ASU leverage is leading the country in first half scoring, coming in at 25 points in the last couple of games. So 24 points in the first half for ASU.
Rocco Becht is lined up in the shotgun on first down off play action, drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws to the near side of the field. The pass is complete to Jaden Higgins, and then it pops free, but I think Higgins was down on the play after being tackled. The ball scooped up by cornerback Keith Abney. Shamari Simmons made the original tackle on Jaden Higgins.
Nice job stepping up in the pocket, but 8 or 9 yard gain, bird time off, only 8 on the play clock.
And the clock whistle blows as the game clock ticking down to 6 seconds, and now the officials whistles blowing all over the place. They come in and stop play. And did the Sun Devils get a timeout called here just to make sure that they got their I's dotted and T's crossed defensively here?
Arizona State had called their second charge timeout prior to the snap at 8 seconds.
You know, that timeout, partner, that's not a we're confused timeout. That's just a timeout of good planning by the coach, just to make sure that we get everybody lined up and nothing crazy happens on the last play of the game. So good job by Kenny.
And dare I say, if Kevin Turner will allow me to latch on to his favorite stat, it is now an 87-16 advantage for Arizona State this year in the middle 8 of games. That's the last 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. The Sun Devils have decisively outscored their opponents, and that is also the Sun Devils' 16th touchdown in the final 5 minutes of the first or second half, and that, coming into today with 15, was the 4th most in the FBS.
You know, we came into the game wondering how you're going to place Jordan Tyson, but we've gotten huge chunk plays, whether it be Sam Leavitt with a good run or Cam Scadaboo with a couple of great runs.
Abu Sama is in at running back. 8 seconds remaining in the half for Iowa State. As they hand the ball to Sama, he heads upfield. He's got good yardage, and he is close to midfield before he is tackled on the play. I believe that might have been Xavier Alford who made the tackle as the first half comes to an end. There's still 2 seconds. And now the last 2 seconds have come off the clock. And that's it.
Are you surprised that Iowa State didn't call a timeout right there?
I am, especially getting the ball to midfield. Give yourself one shot for a Hail Mary. But
that's weird.
Instead, the teams head to the locker room at halftime with Arizona State in possession of a 24-10 lead over Iowa State. A first half in which the Sun Devils got huge chunk plays on every possession and outgained the Cyclones overall 317 yards to 194. 2 rushing touchdowns for Cam Skattebo, a touchdown run for Sam Leavitt, and lots of big plays in between to set up both of those scores as the Devils have the halftime lead here in Arlington at 24-10. And Kevin Turner standing by with Coach Kenny Dillingham. KT.
Coach, it's amazing what the power of positive thinking and a mindset in the middle 8. You're now 87-16, and in the last 5 weeks, you are now 20 of 23 scoring touchdowns in the red zone at 87%. 5 weeks ago, you were at 54%.
Yeah, that's how you win in football. You low red zone stops, low red zone scoring, and winning the margins.
Cam Skattebo with some big explosives. How do you account for these big explosives with Cam?
O-line's playing really well. The passing game is loosening him up a little bit. And then Cam's being Cam. This isn't something special that he's doing. This is just another day of seeing Cam play.
Coach, good luck in the second half. Time to twist the knife.
Thank you. Go Devils.
All right, guys, let's go back upstairs.
All right, KT, at halftime again, it's Arizona State 24 and Iowa State 10. And Luke Lipinski will have our halftime report from right here at AT&T Stadium in Arlington after we return from this timeout from the, you're listening to the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game from Arlington, Texas, here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. The second half about to get underway shortly with Arizona State on top 24-10. Again, keep in mind Iowa State does get the second half kickoff. The Cyclones won the toss at the start of the game and elected to defer the option, which enabled ASU to keep its string going of having scored on its first drive in 9 games this year. And this year, or in today's game, that first score was a field goal.
Yeah,
Time to get our Nissan thrilling first half numbers in, and some of the thrilling numbers for ASU included 317 total yards, 170 rushing yards for the Sun Devils. Cam Skattebo, 10 rushes for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns. Skattebo with 3 runs of 28 or more yards, runs of 28, 47, and 53 yards today. Those are thrilling first half numbers indeed from Nissan. You deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store at nissanusa.com today. As the ball is teed up, ready to get the second half underway, Iowa State going right to left across your dial in the third quarter as Ian Hershey puts the ball airborne and kicks it toward Jalen Jackson, who once again signals for and makes a fair catch at the goal line. And the Cyclones will go to work from their 25-yard line. Rocco Becht in the first half, 12 of 19 passing for 108 yards and 1 touchdown. Becht got off to an 8 for 10 start, but only completed 4 of his last 9 throws in the first half. As the second half gets underway, Carson Hansen will be the Cyclones running back. He's lined up to the left of Becht, who's in the shotgun. Jaden Higgins split wide to the left side. Receivers compressed on the left of the formation. On first down, Becht looking to throw. Sack. The ball is thrown incomplete. He just got that one off before Shamari Simmons unloaded on Becht. The pass was intended for tight end Gabe Burkle. Incomplete.
Yeah, Shamari comes off the edge. He lined up on the tight end. He's unaccounted for in pass rush, and he comes in on the backside of Becht, blindside. Becht's a right-handed quarterback. Shamari came from the left side.
2nd and 10 from the 25 of Iowa State. Becht claps his hands and then takes a step to change the play toward on this call. Hands off on second down. Abu Sama with the carry, and Shamari Simmons there to stop him after a very short gain. As Simmons came up with a great tackling for him that time. Jacob Rich Kungaika was also in on the stop for Arizona State. It's a pickup of 2 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 8.
Nice job by Kungaika, just clouding the run blocking scheme of the Iowa State that time in the middle.
3rd and 8 for the Cyclones from the 27-yard line.
Man-to-man coverage. The back went in motion, so that signaled to Iowa State that it's man coverage.
Beck off play action, drops back to pass, pressure coming, gets away from one. Now Beck takes off, will try to run, spins away from a tackler, and slides with a 1st down out past the 35 to the 37-yard line. Just great individual effort by Rocco Beck. A couple of Sun Devils had a chance to get him. Clayton Smith got a whole bunch of shirt tail, it looked like, but nothing else, and Beck scrambles for an Iowa State 1st down. And now a pass to Gabe Burkle, the tight end. It's complete, but Zyrus Fiaseu with a good tackle drops him up at around the 43-yard line. But that's a pickup of 6 yards on the play for the Cyclones.
Yeah, Beck does a nice job of lowering his arm angle down. The defensive linemen have their hands up in his way. He lowers it to kind of a sidearm delivery, finds a good angle to hit his tight end over the middle for a 1st down.
2nd and 4 from the 43 of Iowa State. Again, Beck may be changing the play. Handoff to Abu Sama, and Sama is hit. Fumbles. He fumbles, and Arizona State, I believe, is recovered. Fumble at the 42-yard line, and the Sun Devils have it. Jeff Clark recovers the fumble, coughed up by Abu Sama. The first turnover of the game for either team. Clark got in there, and Javen Robinson came in and actually forced the fumble, and Clark was there to recover. That's the 20th takeaway this season for ASU.
ASU plus 11 on the game coming in, now plus 12. Good job by Clark disrupting it through the back off. The back was trying to get away from Clark, and Robinson comes in with his helmet, puts it right on the football and causes that turnover.
So the Sun Devils take over at the Cyclone 42-yard line. As a handoff to Cam Scattaboo, a pile driving run by Scat as he gets the ball down inside the 40 to around the 36 of Iowa State before he is brought down on the play.
You know, if you're an offensive line, just keep blocking someone, because odds are they're not going to bring Scattaboo down. Don't watch him, just keep finding a jersey. Iowa State's all in white, ASU maroon and gold. Find white, hit white.
Pickup of 6, it'll be 2nd down and 4. Again, Scattaboo. And this time he gets popped at the 35-yard line. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of the 1st down, as safety Tayshawn James got the first hit. James has played a nice game today for Iowa State. He's been in on a lot of plays. Malik Verdon is regularly their starting boundary safety, but he's been shaken up of late, and James has stepped up.
Yeah, James had 8 tackles last week and a forced fumble, so done a good job in relief of Verdon.
Ball at the 35 of the Cyclones. It's 3rd down. Call it 3rd and a long 2. This time Leavitt will try to keep and run, and he's going nowhere as he's forced out of bounds for a loss by Miles Purchase, the cornerback. That time Leavitt put the ball in the belly of Scattaboo, but then took it back and kept and tried to get outside, but he had no chance as Purchase strung that play out beautifully. And it sets up a 4th down, 4th and 8. And the Sun Devils are going to go for it. And Derek Eusebio from nearby Plano, Texas, is in at a wide receiver spot. It's an empty formation. 4th and 8. Leavitt in trouble. He's going to take off. He's going to try to run. And Sam Leavitt is going to get a 1st down inside the 30-yard line. Leavitt again makes something out of nothing with his ability to run the football.
That was a great job by the offensive line blocking, and better job by Sam Leavitt of realizing didn't have pressure on him, found a crease up the middle between center and guard and just exploited it. He is so shifty side to side, knew where the 1st down was and leaned forward and got it.
Linebacker Jacob Ellis tackled him at the 30-yard line, but a huge gain for Elliott. Or excuse me, for Leavitt on 1st down off play action. Leavitt throws downfield. The pass incomplete on the far sideline, and I think do we have a flag down? No, we don't. Melquan Stovall was the intended receiver, and the 4-time honorable mention all Big 12 safety Bo Freeler was there to break up the play.
Yeah, Stovall was open a little bit on that out route, but it was into the boundary, so there wasn't a lot of room between the sidelines and the receiver. Tough spot for Sam to fit that in a little bit late.
2nd and 10 from the 30. Sun Devils after the fumble recovery in Iowa State territory. Scadaboo gets the call on 2nd down. Again, drives the pile forward inside the 25, gets down to the 23-yard line, a gain of 7 before he is stopped. And again, it's Bo Freeler in on that tackle for the Cyclones. And it will be 3rd down and 3. Also assisting on the tackle for Iowa State was defensive lineman Ikena Ezeagu. On 3rd down so far today, ASU is just 1 of 5. This is a 3rd and 3. ASU leads 24-10, early 3rd quarter.
Got man-to-man across the board, and Leavitt realizes it, flops his Cam Scadaboo from left to right.
Trips to the right side as this pass, the handoff, it goes to Scadaboo, and I think he's got the 1st down to the 20-yard line. Tayshawn James, the safety, on the tackle. And they move the chains. It's a 1st down for the Sun Devils.
Yeah, they kind of almost like an empty backfield except for Scat. They had a slot receiver going back and forth. They saw it was man, and Sam moved Scadaboo from on his left to on his right, and then gave him the ball right up the middle.
The ball at the 19-yard line of Iowa State, 1st and 10. On 1st down off play action, Leavitt drops back, throws for the end zone, and that pass is broken up actually by Shimon Mateer because it was almost intercepted. Mateer was the intended receiver. Safety Jeremiah Cooper had an interception right in his radar screen, and Mateer kind of reached in and broke the pass up. So credit Mateer with a potential interception-saving play for ASU.
That was a great play by Mateer. You can't catch it, make sure they don't.
So now it's 2nd down and 10 from the Cyclones' 19-yard line. They give it to Scadaboo heading left, working his way through traffic and finding his way downfield to about the 12-yard line. Another 7-yard gain for Scadaboo. Another 3rd down and 3 for Arizona State.
Yeah, Kyson Brown is in there. 2 backs in the backfield, and Scadaboo is so patient. The offensive linemen do a pretty good job of moving the line of scrimmage backwards. Ball goes from right to left over left tackle, and Scadaboo just keeps piling yards up. That'll set up 3rd and 3.
Kyson Brown and Troy O'Meara are split to the left side. Xavier Guillory split to the right on this 3rd and 3. Leavitt throws quickly, and the ball is caught by Kyson Brown, and he's got a 1st down inside the 10-yard line. Brown marked out of bounds along the far side of the field at around the 8 of the Cyclones, and it will be 1st and goal for ASU with, again, safety Tayshawn James in on the play for the Cyclones.
Yeah, but Tim, he got about 5 yards after that catch. After contact, kind of channeling, watching number 4 in the backfield, and he says, hey, I'm pretty strong. I can catch it and run as well.
How big have yards after contact been for this offense this year? 2 receivers again. Guillory and O'Meara split to the right side. A fade thrown for the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown by Xavier Guillory, who catches a touchdown pass for the 3rd consecutive game.
Come on! Can I just get excited, forget the broadcasting hat here a little bit?
30-10 in favor of Arizona State as Guillory beats safety Jeremiah Cooper on the play. A beautifully thrown fade into the near corner of the end zone by Sam Leavitt.
That's the 2nd time we've seen that slot receiver run the fade route. Leavitt hit it perfectly going out the back of the end zone. That was the same pass they did against the Wildcats, wasn't it?
I think it was, as a matter of fact. The extra point attempt by Karsten Kiefer is good. And Arizona State cashes in big time on the fumble recovery. The first turnover of the day, and the Sun Devils turn it into 7 big points and a 31-10 lead over Iowa State midway through the 3rd quarter of the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game in Arlington, Texas. as we take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Beat the heat at Circle K. Enjoy a Polar Pop or Froster for only 79 cents all year long. Head to your local Circle K to take advantage of this refreshing deal. And how about this refreshing scoring drive? 11 plays, 43 yards, 5.5 minutes chewed up and going 43 yards, Rapper, after the Jeff Clark fumble recovery put the Sun Devils in business in Cyclone territory.
You know, it's interesting. We have a stat monitor, and it has what we call a drive chart. So every time Iowa State has the ball and every time ASU has the ball. ASU's had the ball 6 times, 4 touchdowns, a field goal, 1 punt. Iowa State has had it 6 times, a touchdown, a field goal attempt, a punt, half, and then a fumble. So, I mean, it's just starting to – the execution and the performance is amazing. That was an 11-play drive, though.
To go 43 yards,
yeah,
right?
So it started. KT, down to you, but that started in your fabled middle 8.
It sure did, but here's what's even more impressive in my mind is that Arizona State continues to operate at a high level inside the red zone, now 21 of 24 in the last 5 weeks scoring touchdowns.
And they are 5 of 5 in the red zone here today, are the Sun Devils, as Jalen Jackson is back deep awaiting the kickoff of Ian Hershey. Hershey boots it high. I'm assuming Jackson won't return this.
Returnable.
He will bring it out from the 2-yard line. Jackson to the 10, 15, 20, and he's going to be tackled at around the 21-yard line, as the tackler was Kamari Wilson, Sun Devil backup safety. That's the first one he's returned today. And Jackson, he's fielded several in the field of play. That one he took about 2 yards deep in the end zone and brought it out.
Yeah, he had to go back and get it, so it can tell you the call is being determined by the coaches on the sidelines. He went back to get that. Did not get a full head of steam coming out. There were some kicks in the first half. You and I were scratching our heads, partner, looking at it like that one should have been returned.
Yeah. So it'll be from the 22-yard line that the Cyclones will begin this possession, trailing ASU 31-10. As there's movement before the snap, Beck slapped his hands.
The center didn't snap it.
And
everybody else
didn't
moved.
Snap it. And the center is one of Iowa State's veterans, Jared Hufford, making his 46th consecutive start today.
Still first down.
So it's an illegal procedure on the Cyclones that'll push it back 5 yards to the 17 of Iowa State.
This is a big offensive line, though. The left tackle's a transfer from Princeton. He's 6'7", 340. The right tackle is 6'9", 330. Center, Hufford, 6'5", 320.
They all go 320 to 330, as you would expect from a Midwest school. Big, beefy offensive line. 1st and 15 now, as again Beck clapped his hands but then signaled a play change.
ASU's linebackers just touched their head. They just shifted the entire secondary.
Back to throw is Beck. Plenty of time. Pass deflected at the line of scrimmage. Intercepted. It's picked off by Keith Abney. Abney is at the 25. Now reversing his field, trying to get back to the near side, and he is tackled at the 25-yard line. Rocco Beck had all day to throw, and yet his pass was deflected and picked off by Keith Abney, who comes from nearby Waxahachie, Texas, and just picked off his 3rd interception of the season.
Ball actually hits an offensive lineman's head.
Yes.
It did not hit a defensive player's hands, but that was all set up because Iowa State changed the play. The linebackers switched the defensive coverage. The defensive backs all moved to a different spot. It looked like almost like a cover 3 zone that they went to, and Beck was a little bit confused of where he wanted to go with the ball.
That is the Sun Devils' 15th interception this year. They came into this game tied for 2nd in the Big 12 for interceptions.
21st takeaway on the season.
The Devils will start now at the Cyclone 26-yard line after their 2nd consecutive takeaway. Leavitt on 1st down has a pass batted down near the line of scrimmage, and then Leavitt was dragged down by Tayshawn James, the safety, well after that pass was batted down. I think the Sun Devil fans were looking for a flag for a late hit.
I wanted an offsides.
No flags.
I thought offsides. I thought they came early, whether it was first clap or not, but they got a running start off the field side. Yeah, good job by Iowa State on defense, right?
Yeah, they're showing the replay on the gigantic video board that hovers over the middle of the field here at AT&T Stadium.
All right, so bad play on first down. What are the odds that they give the ball to number 4 on second down?
2nd and 10. Scadaboo is in at running back. You have Guillory and Mateer to the left side, Stovall and O'Meara to the right. As Sam looks right, throws the pass, and it is complete to Stovall, but he's tackled in the open field by safety Jeremiah Cooper at around the 21 or 22 yard line. So it's a short gain on the play of about 4, and it will set up another 3rd down. Call it 3rd and 5. We're under 7 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. ASU 31, Iowa State 10. The Sun Devils led 24-10 at halftime. They recovered a fumble early in the 3rd quarter, scored a touchdown. They've now just intercepted a pass and are trying to punch it in again. And this time on a 3rd down and 5, they will do so in an empty formation from the Iowa State 21. Leavitt looking left, throwing for the end zone for Guillory. Guillory makes a great catch and has his 2nd consecutive touchdown. Guillory was blanketed in coverage by cornerback Miles Purchase, but somehow reached around Purchase to grab it with his hands and pluck down his 2nd consecutive touchdown this half.
You know, this wide receiver core, everybody's been talking, and where they're going to get the catches. The answer is all of them. And Xavier Guillory has really stepped up. Again, it was a slot route pass, and it was a fade route. So the receiver in the slot fades to the outside. The ball slightly underthrown. The receiver comes back and adjusts to it and makes a great catch.
Xavier Guillory's 5th touchdown catch of the year, his 2nd today, his 2nd in as many series. The extra point by Karsten Kiefer is good, and with 6.5 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter, the Sun Devils are creeping ever closer to a Big 12 Conference championship. Timeout with our score, Arizona State 38, Iowa State 10. This is the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. Resolution Copper sees the value beyond the copper. Responsible mining is essential to Arizona's economy and to America's future. Learn more at resolutioncopper.com. We have a post-game or a late-game feature, the play of the game, and I think we just saw the play of the game just a few moments ago. Just a remarkable touchdown reception by Xavier Guillory. As we said, Miles Purchase, the Iowa State cornerback, had him covered in the far corner of the end zone, and Guillory literally reached around Purchase, almost with his 2 hands around Purchase's waist area, and just snatched the ball with his 2 hands and held on for his 2nd touchdown catch of this 2nd half.
But when that ball hit like you said, he snatched it with both hands, took his body to the ground and rolled through. And I'll go back to what I said, I don't know, maybe a decade ago, that if you could sell anything, confidence. And this team, every week, correct me if I'm wrong, but the confidence meter is off the charts right now. Kenny Dillingham goes for it on 4th and 2 on the, early in the 1st quarter, hits a big play, and I mean everything. He has just coached his young butt off.
Man, oh man. And this game has really changed dramatically.
Think about this
quickly.
Tim, they were talking about it, a year ago, activate the Valley. We were trying to, please jump on the Sun Devil bandwagon.
Come to a game. Yeah.
Right? Come to a game. And Sun Devils went undefeated at home. They're playing in the Big 12 championship. Game's not over, I get that, but as my brother-in-law Kit Lathrop would say, hey, horses are headed for the barn, 38-10. ASU up on top of Iowa State.
As Ian Hershey approaches the ball and kicks it off toward Jalen Jackson, who immediately signals a fair catch at the 2. Go figure. Jackson returned the last kickoff from 2 yards deep in the end zone. There he was on the 2-yard line and signaled a fair catch.
Yeah, it just goes back to the coaches. It's not a player decision on the field. It's a pre-called situation, and that's not good. You want the player to have the right to take it when it's 7 yards in the field of play, not 2 or 3 yards deep.
That interception on the last possession, by the way, was the 9th thrown this year by Rocco Becht. He has 21 touchdown passes, one of them today. 38-10, Arizona State leads, 6:27 left 3rd quarter. Becht from his own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Gets the snap, hands the ball to Carson Hansen. Hansen finds a hole off left tackle, slips out of one potential stop. Keith Abney finally brings him down with an assist from Cyrus Fiaseu, but it's a good gain by Hansen of close to 9 yards. Let's check in with Kevin Turner.
Hey guys, I don't want to get too esoteric, but ASU's in their traditional gold and maroon. And guess who's on the helmet for those at home wondering? Sparky's traveled to Dallas.
Let's have our staff look up esoteric, okay? Second down and about a yard. Higgins split to the left side. Knoll to the right off play action. Beck drops back. He's in trouble. He's being pressured. He throws it. That ball is incomplete as it sails out of bounds into the near sideline.
That's a great throw by Beck because he was taking a 12-yard loss. He's rolling to his left, off balance, throws it beyond the line of scrimmage, so he avoids the big sack, sets up 3rd and 1.
Boy, there was a lot of pressure that time on him. Jeff Clark and Justin Watley was the one who was in Beck's face as he got that pass away. So now it's 3rd down and a long yard for the Cyclones from their 34-yard line. Only one receiver split wide of the formation. An inside toss to Carson Hansen, and Hansen has the first down. Miles Ghost Rouser tripped him up. But as he got tripped up, Hansen was able to dive forward and pick up the necessary yardage, plus an extra yard or two to boot. And it's a first down to the 37 of Iowa State. But that'll take some time off the clock as we're now below 5.5 minutes remaining in the third. Sun Devils leading it 38-10. Jaden Higgins split wide to the right side. Knoll now motions to the right.
Kind of a cover 3 look for ASU.
Beck looks right, throws that way, complete to Knoll, and he is brought down on another nice open field tackle by Javen Robinson up to the 45-yard line. Knoll dropped on the play after a short gain as we're now inside of 5 minutes to go in the third. The line of scrimmage is the 45-yard line, and it will set up a 2nd down and 2 after that 8-yard gain. This time Knoll motions toward the left side of the formation. They hand the ball off to Amu, and that ball is fumbled, and Arizona State's recovered that one. Justin Watley falls on the loose ball. Abu Sama coughs up his 2nd fumble of the 2nd half. And that is the 3rd consecutive possession on which ASU has forced an Iowa State turnover. Samari Simmons got the ball out, and Justin Watley recovered it.
That is unbelievable. The defense has so much more confidence in the second half. They're playing so much harder. Guys are hidden, they're coming off, putting their feet in the ground, making contact. Again, the ball out. Watley gets it. It's like Shamari Simmons was the one, like you said, Tim. He comes off that edge, and he is so valuable to ASU.
And all 3 takeaways have occurred in Iowa State territory. So the Sun Devils take over at the Cyclone 38-yard line. Hand off to Scadaboo heading left. And Scadaboo turns upfield into a lot of traffic, but still punches it inside the 35. And I think they're going to mark him out at around the 34, 33-yard line. A decent gain on first down for Cam Scadaboo as linebacker Cooper Ebel drove him out of bounds.
Dad does such a good job. He lets the linemen get out in front of him in that power scheme, and he lets his blockers get engaged before he makes his decision. He's patient, he's strong, and he's balanced.
Trips right. Guillory, Stovall, O'Meara all to the right of the formation off play action. Quick throw to Stovall. Looking for a block that time from Guillory, but he doesn't get it as Iowa State linebacker Bo Goodwin makes a fine defensive play to tackle Stovall. And the line of scrimmage now will be about the 33-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down and 5.
Sun Devils do a nice job getting the plays in, letting some time burn off that clock before they flash them in.
Time is ASU's ally right now. The Devils with a 38-10 lead here late in the third quarter.
Mateer's been a little quiet. Let's see if they go to him. He's slot left right now.
On a 3rd down play, They throw a short one to Scattaboo to the far side. He's got a first down, and he's going to go for another touchdown. Cam Scattaboo takes it all the way in to complete a 33-yard scoring play. Scattaboo's third touchdown of the day. And the Sun Devils have turned the Big 12 championship game into an unmitigated rout at this point.
They run the swing route. They had Shimon Mateer, the tight end, lined up in the slot wide left, so he's out in a wide receiver set. I thought they were going to go to him on a matchup on the 3rd and 5, but they use him as a blocker out in front. Scat runs a swing route. Mateer and Guillory throw nice blocks on the perimeter for a first, that was Melquan Stovall throwing the block. Easy walk-in touchdown.
The extra point attempt by Karsten Kiefer is on the money. What a performance this morning and this afternoon by the Arizona State Sun Devils, who now have a 45-10 lead over Iowa State with less than 3 minutes to go in the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship game here in Arlington, Texas. Cam Scattaboo with 3 touchdowns on the day. That is his first receiving touchdown of the day. And we will take a timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. This has been an historic day for Sun Devil running back Cam Scattaboo. Earlier, he ran for 2 touchdowns in the first half, giving him 19 rushing touchdowns on the year, enabling Scat to tie Woody Green's ASU single season record for rushing touchdowns. Well, that receiving touchdown, that 33-yard catch and run for a score just a few moments ago, Scattaboo's 3rd touchdown of the day. It is his 22nd touchdown of the season, and that ties him with Wilford Whizzer White, the Hall of Famer and longtime former Sun Devil great, and of course the late father of our good friend and former Sun Devil great and former Dallas Cowboys quarterback Danny White. So Scattaboo now has tied Whizzer White with 22 total touchdowns this season.
Is he
turning in the November to remember for yours truly is turning into a Saturday to remember here in Arlington, Texas?
Well, he's putting himself, he's definitely going to the ASU Hall of Fame. He's working his way up a lot of different charts, and he's arguably one of the best, if not the best all-time running back that we've seen.
45-10 in favor of Arizona State as Ian Hershey gets set to kick it off once again to Jalen Jackson, who immediately signals for a fair catch, catching it just in front of the goal line at around the 1. And so the Cyclones, who have turned the ball over on each of their 3 second-half possessions, and the Sun Devils have converted all 3 takeaways into touchdowns to stretch their 24-10 halftime lead to its now 45-10 advantage. Cyclones go back on the field on offense. All the action in this 3rd quarter, and there's only less than 3 minutes remaining in the period, has taken place on the Iowa State end of the field. 1st and 10 from the 25. Beck dropping back to pass. Still has time. Gets the pass off, and it's caught by Higgins. And he's got a first down out to around the 39-yard line. Javen Robinson on the tackle. But that's a 14-yard gain and a first down for the Cyclones.
See how he had to go to his 3rd receiver in that, though. He looked to the left twice, finally came back to the right side, hit the dig route. So ASU secondary doing a nice job in coverage, forcing him to the 3rd read.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 39 of Iowa State. Jalen Knoll motions to the left side of the formation for the Cyclones as Beck turns and hands it to Carson Hansen, trying to turn the right corner, but the Devils string the play out pretty nicely as Shamari Simmons helped get him out of bounds at that point. And also helping to string out the play was defensive lineman Elijah O'Neal. They mark him out of bounds at the 44, so it's a gain of 5.
Iowa State substituted, so now ASU is going to roll their players in and out real slow and take some more time off the clock.
2nd down and 5 for the Cyclones. They've got 3 receivers on the right, and now one of them, Jalen Knoll, motions to the left side. So there are 2 on either side. Beck off play action, looking to pass. Pocket caves in, dumps it off to Hansen, the running back, and Caleb McCullough with a great open field ankle tackle gets Hansen down at the 40-yard line. And that will set up a 3rd down and 9.
Tim, that's no easy tackle right there. That's
no.
Caleb McCullough wide out towards the sidelines, making a play on a running back in open field and bringing him down. If he doesn't get that, that's an easy 20-yard gain.
Easily. Instead, it's a 3rd down and 9 for the Cyclones, and the Sun Devil crowd making noise here in Arlington. Beck drops back to pass. Blitz coming, gets the pass off, and it is caught for a 1st down by Higgins. Catches it at about the 42-yard line of ASU, and that'll be a 1st down on the 18-yard completion. Javen Robinson defending on the play.
Yeah, just a great throw that time by Beck. It's man-to-man. ASU brings pressure off the field side. They bring a blitz. Beck realizes it and throws the 9 route, but he throws it behind the wide receiver, pulls him back for the catch.
On 1st down. Hand off to Hansen. Short yardage, if any. I think he's dropped for no gain on the play as Keyshawn Elliott makes the tackle for ASU.
Yeah, Keyshawn did a nice job of really realizing it. It's been the defensive backs, though, Tim, that have made the day so far for ASU. The top 4 tacklers for ASU, Xavier Alford, Ghost Rouser, Robinson, Shamari Simmons, Keith Abney, the top 5 are all DBs.
So it's 2nd down and 10 after that no gain play. The ball still at the Arizona State 42-yard line. Final seconds of the 3rd quarter ticking off. Will Beck try to get this ball snapped? He will. Off play action, he throws the slant, incomplete. The ball was intended for a receiver that I don't think we have seen today for Iowa State. Benji Nagoy, a 6'4", 200-pound redshirt freshman out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And he has not played. He's listed as the number 1 Z wide receiver on their depth chart and has been for weeks, but he doesn't play a whole lot. He was the target there, couldn't hang on. So it's 3rd and 10, and 2 seconds still remain in the 3rd quarter. So Beck and the Cyclones will get this play off before the quarter ends.
Empty backfield zone defense by ASU.
Beck's pass is caught by Knoll, and Knoll is tackled by Martell Hughes at the 35-yard line. And that's going to be short of the 1st down as the 3rd quarter comes to an end. And what a quarter this has turned out to be. Might it have been the period in which Arizona State salted away a potential Big 12 championship? The Sun Devils forced 3 turnovers in the quarter and extended their lead with 3 touchdowns off those takeaways. After 3 periods of play, it's the Sun Devils 45 and the Iowa State Cyclones 10. We're back with the 4th quarter of today's Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game from Arlington, Texas, after this timeout on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 4th down begins with a 4th and 3 for Iowa State. On 4th down, Beck wanting to throw, and he gets popped by Shamari Simmons, sacked and dropped back at the 45-yard line, and Beck is still down after that unbelievable hit by Shamari Simmons.
That's close. That was, don't even look at this. I don't even want to think about it helmet to helmet because Shamari gets a free run kind of through the guard tackle gap. Beck never sees him coming, and it is game, set, match. Turn out the lights. There's an old Pat Travers song. Boom, boom, out go the lights. And
we don't see any flags in terms of
sacked is under further review.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Now we just got notice it's under review.
After review, there is a foul for targeting by number 7 of the defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down for Iowa State, and number 7 has been disqualified for the remainder of the game.
Well, you know what that means. Not only is Simmons done for the 4th quarter, but he would have to miss the 1st half of a Big 12 or a college football playoff game in the event the Sun Devils hold on and win this game.
You know, that's the problem when you have a quarterback who's, I don't think, back to maybe 6 foot, if that. And so Shamari's coming in, free run, and definitely got helmet near the helmet. He's trying to get to the shoulder. Kevin, you were closer. What'd you see?
Yeah, so by definition, it's the head and neck area. It doesn't matter about the crown of the helmet, but that was a textbook tackle. Face up. He hit him in the sternum. It was not in the neck area. That was a bad call.
And Iowa State's backup quarterback Connor Moberly has checked in to replace Rocco Beck. Moberly has played in 3 games this year, has completed 5 of 7 passes for 49 yards. He is from Altoona, Iowa, and the penalty advances the ball all the way down to the Arizona State 20-yard line. So Shamari Simmons not only out for the rest of this game, but he'll miss the first half of the Sun Devils' next game, wherever it is. On first down, Moberly hands the ball off, and nothing doing that time. As drop for a loss on a good defensive play by Clayton Smith is Iowa State running back. I think it's Aiden Flora. Flora, I guess, wearing number 22. He was previously listed as number 35. So now, after that play, loses 2 yards. Carson Hansen comes in at running back for the Cyclones. On second down, with Moberly, the backup quarterback, out of the shotgun. Moberly looking to throw. Pocket collapses. He tries to run upfield, and he is dropped at around the 20-yard line. As he got tripped up on the play, I think Clayton Smith might have gotten a hand in there, reached in and tripped him up on his path up field. He picked up 3 yards. It'll set up a 3rd and 9 from the 19.
You know, you see how fast his eyes came down. He got a little pressure around him, and he went from looking down the field to looking for a place to escape and started to run. I love that when an opposing quarterback is scrambling and moving in the pocket, but their eyes are not downfield looking for a wide receiver. They're trying to find grass to escape to.
And now Iowa State is going to burn a timeout here.
Their charge timeout for the second half. 30 seconds. Timeout on the field for media.
That's a full timeout. We're going to take it with 13:30 left in the Big 12 title game, and Arizona State in control at this point. Sun Devils lead Iowa State 45-10 as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 13:30 left to go in regulation. Arizona State with a 45-10 lead over Iowa State in the Big 12 championship game here in Arlington, Texas. As Iowa State quarterback Rocco Becht, who got laid out on a vicious 4th down hit by Shamari Simmons that appeared to have ended the Iowa State possession, only to have the play reviewed and a targeting foul called on Shamari Simmons. So Simmons is out for the rest of this game and will miss the first half of whatever the Sun Devils' next game is, whether it's a college football playoff game or a bowl game. And Rocco Becht, during that last timeout, took a run up the tunnel to the Iowa State locker room. He's going to get checked out further. But, man, he just got laid out on that hit by Shamari Simmons. And the conversation's been going on fast and furious here in the booth, but I think the consensus is that was a targeting.
Yeah, I mean, the way it hit, like Kevin says, head or neck. And, you know, I just think it's so tough when you get a 6-foot quarterback and they get pressure. You start to drop down. The defensive tacklers try to elevate up and lift, take you to the ground.
By the way, Cam Scadaboo, with his 3 touchdowns and 18 points scored today, he has tied the record for the Big 12 championship game, previously set back in 2008. So with Connor Mobley, the backup at quarterback, Cyclones with a 4th down and 3. From the 20-yard line, Moberly back to pass. He's throwing deep. He's throwing for the end zone. That's incomplete. Javen Robinson got tripped. A flag is down. Noel,
it's offensive.
I think it's going to be offensive pass interference because it looked like Noel tripped Robinson.
Pass interference, number 12. Defense.
Oh, my
spot foul,
goodness.
automatic, first down.
My goodness.
Robinson's going for the ball, and I saw the receiver. I don't think same thing you saw, Tim. Receiver leans out, grabs his ankles. They're going to call contact before that.
Man, oh man, I want to get another look at this play.
I like how Javon Robinson is playing, though. He is playing physical and attacking
Robinson
people today.
got his hand on the shoulder of Noel, and then Noel reached out and ankle tackled Robinson. And they call it on Robinson. So it's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line for Iowa State. As Abu Sama with the handoff, and he is tackled by C.J. Fight for no gain on the play.
C.J. Fight's had quite a year. We talked about him early in the season. He was just a wrecking ball in the first couple of games. And 26 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. Big anchor inside, but the depth at Clark and Kagaika and Fight, Watley, that's what's really helped ASU stay healthy and stay physical up front.
Jalen Jackson is in at running back now as Moberly rose to his right looking to throw, still rolling right. He's going to run, and he's going to go out of bounds around the 5-yard line. Cyrus Fiaseu was over there to direct him out of bounds on the play. So it will remain 3rd and goal for Iowa State at the 5-yard line of ASU. as we've played 2.5 minutes of the fourth quarter here in this Big 12 title game, with Arizona State leading Iowa State 45-10. Devils getting a couple of defensive players off the field.
And getting some big seconds off the clock.
Clock continues to tick. Under 12:20 to go now. Carson Hansen was motioning out of the backfield, now comes back into the backfield on this third down play. As Moberly drops back to pass, throws for the end zone and throws it too tall. Incomplete, intended for Jaden Higgins on a post.
Oh, that is a touchdown if number 3 is playing in the game. Beck is not playing. Mobley is in. Mobley wears a different number. He misses that slant route. I'll tell you what was really nice is the back went in motion right to left and came back and lined up next to the quarterback. But watch the linebackers in the secondary, how they're all communicating with hand signals. The communication in this loud stadium is lights out right now for ASU's defense.
And Iowa State, trailing 45-10, is going to kick a field goal, or try to, with Kyle Conrady, who's already made one today. This will be a chip shot from 24 yards away, and the kick is good. And so that is a win for the Sun Devil defense, as they hold the Cyclones to 3 after the targeting penalty on Shamari Simmons put Iowa State in business deep in Arizona State territory. Timeout with 12:04 left to go here in Arlington. Our score, Arizona State 45, Iowa State 13. You're listening to the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Conference Championship game here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 12:04 remaining here in the Big 12 Championship game, and Arizona State in command 45-13. And as we check in with Kevin Turner on the sideline, it looks like Kenny Dillingham may be about to get some of his starters out of the ball game right now. Is
yeah,
that right,
I think
KT?
after that field goal, it's almost as if Iowa State is conceding as well the scoreboard, and they're getting ready their special teams for the Gasparilla Bowl or wherever they're going, and Kenny just went over to all the 2s and 3s and says, get ready to go, you're up next.
And
so Jeff Sims will get in. He'll be the commandeer of the offense, and we'll have all the 2s coming in at the O-line position.
Jeff Sims, of course, the backup quarterback, formerly played at Georgia Tech and most recently at Nebraska before transferring to Arizona State. He quarterbacked the Sun Devils on October 19th in their game at Cincinnati when Sam Leavitt couldn't go because of a rib injury Sam suffered the previous week in a victory against Utah. And so Sims will likely, according to Kevin Turner, be leading the offense. Sims at Cincinnati threw for 155 yards, rushed 14 times for 53 yards. He's a talented athlete from Jacksonville, Florida, and we're presuming we'll see him. Sun Devils might be well served to prepare for a potential onside kick here. We'll see what the Cyclones and their kicker Jace Gilbert have up their sleeve.
Cam Scadaboo's lined up right in front of the kicker, 10 yards deep.
And it's a short pooch kick that's going to roll into the 30, and it's going to be fielded by Jake Smith, who was in the ball game. Sun Devil receiver Jake Smith, who has missed time of late with a hamstring issue, but Smith active for today's game, the senior from Notre Dame High in Scottsdale, and he was able to field that kick and get the Devils secure possession of the football, and Arizona State will take over at around its 28-yard line. And indeed, it will be Jeff Sims in at quarterback. DeCarlos Brooks is in at running back. Malik McClain, who caught a big pass earlier in the ball game, is in at wide receiver as the handoff goes to DeCarlos Brooks, and Brooks is dragged down after a short gain, maybe a yard or so, not much more than that. And up off the bottom of the pile is the big captain of the Iowa State defense, J.R. Singleton, their senior defensive lineman.
Hey, you know what, Tim, before we get too much further now, at this point in the game, ASU has had 8 offensive drives. They have scored on every one except one. They had a field goal on the first drive, touchdown, punt, then 4 touchdowns again in here. 4 in the second half.
And 3 of their touchdowns in the second half have been set up. All 3 of their touchdowns in the second half set up by turnovers by Iowa State. Here's a handoff again on second down, and short yardage this time also for DeCarlos Brooks, who is gang tackled at around the 29-yard line, picking up about 3 yards on the play. So that'll set up about a 3rd and 7. Let's check in with Kevin Turner.
Just a reminder, tomorrow at the Camelback Inn, the Arizona State University Sun Devils are going to have their annual football awards banquet, and I believe there's still tickets available. So to any of the fans that might be interested in going and saluting this team, go to thesundevils.com.
Yes, indeed. I think check-in begins at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and the program to begin shortly thereafter. 3rd down play, Derek Eusebio is in a wide receiver for ASU. 3rd and 8 as Jeff Sims will hand the ball off as DeCarlos Brooks stumbles forward for a few. There's a penalty flag down on the play. Brooks is short of the 1st down. He was brought down at around the 33-yard line, about 5 yards shy of a 1st down. Check out the penalty flag.
Illegal formation, more than 4 players lined up in the backfield on the offense. That penalty's declined. 4th down.
So yet another penalty called on Arizona State. Iowa State has only been penalized twice today. The Cyclones are one of the least penalized teams in the country. They came into this game 4th in the FBS. They only accumulate an average of 4 penalties per game, and their 29 penalty yards per game is the 3rd best or 3rd fewest, however you want to look at it, in the Football Bowl subdivision. And so Canyon Floyd will be on to attempt only his 2nd punt of the day. And Jalen Knoll is back at around his 25-yard line waiting to receive it. There's the snap as Floyd shuffles to his right and gets off the kick. It's a high wobbler that will hit and check back upfield, and now takes a bit of a sideways roll and is heading around it'll be down around the 32-yard line. And that's where Iowa State will take over after that 35-yard punt with no return. And let's see if it's going to be, looks like Rocco Becht is okay because he is heading back on the field to quarterback the Cyclones after backup Connor Moberly took over for a possession. So it's good to see Becht wasn't seriously hurt on that 4th down sack, that vicious sack by Shamari Simmons that ended up being a targeting penalty on Shamari. So Becht and the Cyclones go to work from their 32-yard line on 1st down off play action. A pass batted down at the line of scrimmage, and once again I believe that was Clayton Smith, or no, Elijah O'Neal, who batted that pass away.
That was a great job by O'Neal. Had his eyes on the quarterback when he couldn't get anywhere near Becht. Got his hands up in the air and deflected it, especially into the boundary side. Becht seems to throw a lot of quick short ones into the short side of the field. That's rush end on that side is 2nd or 3rd one that we deflected tonight.
Clock stops on the incompletion. 9:48 left to go in regulation. Sun Devils lead 45-13. 2nd and 10 from the Iowa State 32. Handoff on 2nd down to the running back Jalen Jackson. And Jackson gets it out to about the 38 or 39 before Elijah O'Neal made the first hit. Helping to finish up the play was safety Kamari Wilson, who's in there now for Arizona State. The gain to the 38-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down play. 3rd and 4.
J.P. Dieter's in along that defensive front. Again, rotating bodies through, trying to get some pressure.
On 3rd and 4, Becht will throw, looking far side. Nothing there. Now he's going to take off and run, and he gets dropped on a nice tackle by safety Montana Warren, but it'll be a 1st down, I do believe, as Becht got past the line to gain by about a yard. And so it will be a 1st down for the Cyclones as Becht able to use his legs to make a play and move the chains. And now going a tempo, Becht snaps again, and a pass to the near side of the field is incomplete, intended for Carson Brown. And covering on that play was a highly touted freshman cornerback for the Sun Devils, Rodney Bimage. Bimage, another of the
product, right?
Texas to Tempe product. He's from Houston.
Yeah. I see him down there again. That short side boundary throw into the short side. Bimage was there contesting it.
2nd and 10 from the 43 of Iowa State. 8:43 remaining in regulation. As Beck again to pass, throwing deep to the near side of the field, and it's incomplete. Oh, great effort. The wide receiver, Brett Eskilson, a true freshman from Frisco, Texas, almost made a one-handed grab, but it's incomplete. It'll set up third down. Again, Rodney Bimage was defending on the play.
Yeah, Skilson does a nice job. He comes into Bimage, creates a little room, goes back towards the sidelines. It has a hand on it. It was a well-thrown ball by Beck down the right sideline.
Now 3rd and 10 for the Cyclones from their 43. Iowa State 5 of 10 on third down today. Or excuse me, 7 of 12 on third down today. They've been pretty good actually. As they try again on third down, and this pass is completed to Jalen Knoll, but he is short of the first down. Tackled at the 50-yard line, and he's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down.
Martell Hughes, I believe, in on that tackle.
So that will set up a 4th and 3 for the Cyclones from midfield as the clock continues to tick down near the 8-minute mark. And Arizona State in command at this point with a 45-13 lead.
Yeah, Iowa State has no desire to play quickly at all, do they?
No,
taking their time.
No tempo whatsoever in this possession.
7 seconds on the play clock.
No sense of urgency. 4th and 3, play clock down to 4. Beck gets the snap. Now he's going to throw to the near side of the field, and that's caught by Higgins, and he's got a first down as he is bumped out of bounds at around the 25-yard line by Kyan McDonald, the reserve nickelback, who has to take over now in place of Shamari Simmons, who left the game after the targeting call a short while ago. But a big completion to Higgins and a Iowa State first down to the 25-yard line. As Beck now throwing for the end zone. He's got a receiver, and he drops in a touchdown pass to Jalen Knoll. Perfectly thrown pass by Beck, and Jalen Knoll has the touchdown reception for Iowa State.
Yeah, Kyan McDonald again in coverage. And he gets beat bad on that fade route to the slot. We've seen that play a couple of times. ASU's running for their 2 touchdowns. They throw a fade route. 2 receivers to the left. Inside receiver just runs down the field, widens out towards the pylon in the corner, gets the touchdown. Now they go for 2, or are they gonna?
They've got the kicking team in there, but Rocco Beck, they just showed him on the scoreboard. He was had his helmet off on the sideline, but he quickly went to grab his helmet, and he's going to go back out there. And apparently the Cyclones will go for 2 with 7:27 remaining
Iowa State
in regulation.
is electing to go for a 2-point try. Please reset the play clock to 25 seconds, please. It'll start on my ready.
For Beck, that is his 2nd touchdown pass of the day and his 45th of his career. And indeed, the Cyclones will go for 2 here. Beck in the shotgun. Carson Hansen, the running back. Both Higgins and Knoll are lined to the right side of the formation. Beck gets the snap. He's going to look over the middle, throws, and the pass is broken up. Intended for tight end Gabe Burkle, and Plaz Johnson able to break up that pass. Another highly touted Sun Devil freshman out of Chaparral High School in Scottsdale. So the 2-point conversion try fails, but on the 25-yard touchdown pass from Beck to Jalen Knoll, Iowa State is back on the board, though they still trail ASU 45-19 with just 7:27 left to play as we take a break on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining from Arizona State potentially hoisting a Big 12 championship trophy. In their first year in the conference, the Sun Devils have already won a Big 12 women's volleyball regular season championship. And now Arizona State is 7.5 minutes away from being crowned the Big 12 football champions of 2024 with a 45-19 lead over Iowa State in the Big 12 title game here in Arlington, Texas, with a little under 7.5 minutes remaining in regulation in this one. And of course, if the Devils do win, it would be on to the college football playoff, and all kinds of possibilities there, Rapper. They likely could be traveling to play a game 2 weeks from now. It is, I think, within the realm of possibility that the Sun Devils could conceivably be one of the 4 teams to get a first-round bye as one of the 4 highest-ranked conference champions. A lot depends on what shakes down in some of the other games later tonight. I think especially that Clemson-SMU game. Here's a little squib kick, a short kick that's fallen on by one of the Sun Devil up men. And I think that was Malik McLean, if I'm not mistaken, that fell on that football.
It was a nice onside kick. The ball bounced up. It was in the one hash towards the other one. It went over the blockers in the front. McLean did a nice job of coming up, getting the ball, getting down to the ground.
And the ball was recovered by McLean at the 45-yard line of Arizona State. So the Sun Devils will get good field position as Jeff Sims will take his second possession of the game. And veteran running back DeCarlos Brooks is out there for his second series of the game. On first down, Sims on a designed run will take off, head upfield, and he picks up 5 yards before he gets tackled at the 50-yard line as Sims was brought down by, among others, linebacker Bo Goodwin of Iowa State. They spot the ball just shy of the 50-yard line. We'll call it 2nd and 5. Malik McLean in there, flanks wide to the right. Derek Eusebio. I believe that is Coben Bourget who's in there, the younger brother of Sun Devil quarterback Trenton Bourget. Coben Bourget is in at a wide receiver spot. Brooks still the running back. And again, Sims on a designed run will head upfield, and Sims is close to a first down before he gets dropped at the 45 of Iowa State by the all Big 12 safety, Bo Freeler, along with fellow safety Jamison Patton.
Really important to keep the clock running here, so ASU elects with a quarterback design run. Iowa State blitzes from the field. That time, Sims keeps it into the boundary to the left side and picks up the first down.
Sun Devils taking a lot of time off the clock, squeezing air out of the ball as we approach the 6-minute mark, time remaining in regulation in this Big 12 championship game. 1st and 10. Sims hands the ball off to Brooks, and DeCarlos Brooks breaks free, and he's got a first down inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. DeCarlos Brooks tackled by cornerback Miles Purchase.
Nice physical run by Brooks up the middle. And how valuable is it for some of these young guys to get not only some experience making plays, but to be in the moment, right? To be in a big game, feel what it's like. You got Kim in there, and you have a lot of guys that you're going to probably talk about next season.
Yeah, Bram Walden's in at right tackle. The men Jeff mentioned, Terrell Kim, highly thought of offensive lineman out of Medford, Oregon, is in there as well. As Jeff Sims, again on a design run, heads to the near side of the field, and he's got a first down as he is pushed out of bounds after a good gain. As pushing him out of bounds on the play was defensive back Jamison Patton, but Jeff Sims picks up another first down and keeps the clock churning as when this ball is snapped next, we'll be under 5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes, all that separates the Sun Devils from a Big 12 championship in their first year in the conference after they were picked to finish dead last out of 16 teams in the conference.
I think we should have all the media writers that voted us dead last ought to have a moment of silence because their credibility is completely shot.
Hand off to DeCarlos Brooks, but Brooks gets swallowed up and dropped for a loss. And that's the first time we're going to call the name of Tyler Onyedum, a defensive end out of Richmond, Texas, who made the play and drops Brooks for a loss back to the 28-yard line, a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
22 on the play clock, 4:18 on the game clock, and ASU stays in a huddle. They're not going to break the huddle till about 12 seconds on the clock, and then they'll line up and run the play. So that keeps them on rhythm without having to stand right over the football at the line of scrimmage.
Malik McLean and Coben Bourget, receivers split to the left as Jeff Sims will take off and run with the direct snap, and he gets down close to a first down inside the 25, tackled at the 23-yard line, or not close to a first down, but he gets about 5 or 6 yards, but he'll set up a third and about 10. And now 3.5 minutes remaining in the countdown to a Big 12 championship for Arizona State.
The stadium is emptied out. Iowa State fans have walked across the to this marvelous complex. They've got quite the bars and restaurants, and we'd mentioned Tim Hovick hosting a great party at Live right across the way. We appreciate that from Tim, and Sun Devil fans are going to get to celebrate here.
On 3rd and 11, Sims off play action tries to run, but he gets dropped for a loss back to the 24, a loss of 1. Cornerback Miles Purchase in on that tackle. And so as we dip inside of 3 minutes left to go in the Big 12 title game, the Devils have a 4th down, 4th and long. They need to get down to around the 12-yard line to move the chains here, but they will be content, I think, just to run a play and take a few more seconds off the clock. 4th and 12. Again, Malik McLean and Coben Bourget split wide to the left side of the formation. No receiver split wide to the right. Cameron Harpole is in as a tight end. DeCarlos Brooks lining up to the right of Sims on 4th down. And
delay a game, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
And so the Sun Devils gladly take the delay a game penalty. They'll take the 5 yards and be satisfied with the time they have chewed off the clock. Only 2:26 left to go, and what a year it has been. Just a remarkable turnaround season. It's a story that I think the national college football media, folks like ESPN, really didn't clue into or do much to expose until the last few weeks. This team going from back-to-back 3-9 seasons and a 16th place prediction in the Big 12 to this. On 4th and 17, Sims off the direct snap will run, and Jeff Sims will get down to around the 23-yard line. He'll pick up around 6 yards on the play, but go down. The Devils will turn the ball over on downs with 2 minutes and 21 seconds remaining. And Arizona State in command, leading Iowa State 45-19.
Think about that for a second. We were picked 16th in the conference.
16th.
Yet we're ranked in the top 16 in the nation.
You talk about the flip the script scenario, or rags to riches, or whatever cliche you want to draw up.
We'll start with coaching. The fact that you got these guys not to buy into what everybody said about them. There's so many lessons you can learn from that. You know, in life, it's what you do and how you execute, not what people say about you.
Now Connor Moberly is going to go back in at quarterback, and Moberly will keep off the play action fake. He runs to the far sideline and gets tackled. He goes out of bounds after gaining about 5 yards, out of bounds at the 27-yard line. As tackle was made by Joseph McGinnis, a reserve defensive back for Arizona State. As we near the 2-minute timeout. And here it is. The Sun Devils are 2 minutes away from hoisting the championship trophy of the Big 12 Conference in their first year as a member of the league. Timeout with 2 minutes to go. And our score, Arizona State 45 and Iowa State 19. You're listening to the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. 2 minutes left to go here in the Big 12 championship game. And Arizona State, in a season where they were picked to finish last. It's a story that's been told over and over again in the Valley, but surprisingly not so much on the national scale until the last couple of weeks. A Sun Devil team picked 16th in a 16-team league, and coming off the 2 worst seasons in the modern history of the program, back-to-back 3-9 records. Here they are about to hoist a Big 12 Conference Championship trophy in their first year in the conference. 2 minutes to go. 2nd down and 6 for Iowa State at their 27-yard line. Backup Connor Moberly in at quarterback for the Cyclones. Jalen Jackson, the running back. Moberly looking to throw. Gets the pass off, and it's overthrown, incomplete. And that pass was intended for wide receiver Dominic Overby. And the pass incomplete as we check in quickly with Kevin Turner.
All right, guys, what a celebration down here on the Sun Devil sideline. Marcus Arroyo just came down here, showered with water, embracing with Sam Leavitt, picked up by Cam Scattaboo. You should see the smile on Marcus Arroyo's face. Ear-to-ear grins down here on the sideline, man.
And a lot of ear-to-ear grins all over Sun Devil Nation, I think, right now. On 3rd down and 6, Moberly throws downfield, and that's incomplete. He had a receiver breaking free way downfield, and it's reserve tight end Trip Walsh, but the pass nowhere near on target, and it'll set up 4th down.
That ball was receivers open down the left hash. Ball just way out in front, and Rocco Beck has not been in the game after that big hit by Shamari Simmons. Shamari got flagged for helmet-to-helmet contact. He'll have to miss the first half of the next game.
The Cyclones will punt the ball away at this stage, and the punt by Tyler Perkins is going to roll inside the 20, inside the and down at around the 15-yard line. So pretty good kick by Tyler Perkins. And now Kenny Dillingham starting to get embraced all up and down the Arizona State sideline.
Yeah, they got the big screen here, all 70 or 80 yards of it, showing Kenny Dillingham, Matt Campbell on the other side. But Kenny Dillingham, the young 34-year-old that got his first job at ASU as a head coach, now Big 12 Coach of the Year, Big 12 champion, and there's still more football to be played here.
Indeed there is, as the Sun Devils will take over at their 15-yard line after the punt, and it will be victory formation.
Trenton Bourget.
And Trenton Bourget gets the opportunity to take a snap or two in the Big 12 title game as his Sun Devil playing career winds down, one of the most beloved Sun Devil players in recent years. And nothing but smiles and embraces all up and down that Arizona State sideline as these final seconds, the final minute 15, come off the clock here in Arlington, Texas.
Kenny has some of the best post-game interviews around. A couple weeks ago when he had the, hey, I was one of these guys. That was me. I was one of these non-hole kids jumping up and down.
And now Trenton Bourget in the most beloved formation of all, victory formation. It's the last play the Sun Devils practice in their Friday walkthroughs. And I was there when they practiced it yesterday, and they get to employ it today on the biggest stage the program has played in a quarter century. And it looks like Kenny is about to get himself a Gatorade bath, unless someone snitches on the potential culprits here. And I think they get him. No, that's going to do it.
The Gatorade bog is chasing Kenny Dillingham. Dillingham's on the midfield, and here comes the Gatorade.
And the Arizona State Sun Devils picked to finish dead last in the Big 12 Conference in 2024. Instead, flip the script and go worst to first in one of the best rags to riches story college football has seen in decades, as ASU in its first year in the Big 12 Conference will take home the Big 12 Championship trophy after a dominating 45-19 win over Iowa State this afternoon in Arlington, Texas in the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship game. The Sun Devils improved to 11-2 on the season and will be headed to the college football playoff to begin in 2 weeks. And now, for the first time since the 1996 Rose Bowl team won the title, ASU is an undisputed conference champion, winning the Big 12 title in their first year in the league and doing so in dominating fashion today with a 45-19 victory over Iowa State. We'll be back with the postgame and the trophy presentation in a moment here on the Mountain America Credit Union Sun Devil Radio Network. All right, we got Sun Devil head coach Kenny Dillingham mic'd up down on the field for our post-game visit with Coach Dillingham. Our visit presented by your Arizona Ford dealers, proud supporters of Sun Devil Athletics. Kenny, congratulations. This is one of the most remarkable stories, I think, in college football in many years, let alone 2024. Just share with us some of your thoughts and emotions in the wake of your team's magnificent performance today and all season long.
Yeah, these guys have banded together since the beginning. They built relationships that were real. They worked really hard all year, and special group.
When did you first get a sense that this special group could do special things like this during the course of this season?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a series of events from the time that we said we have to run one more gasser, it's a 10-yard sprint, and they turned it into 40-yard sprints. And then the time that we went to the hill and they took it to the top of the hill instead of the average part of the hill at Camp T, and they convinced everybody to go up there. And then it was like Mississippi or Wyoming, and we come out and just start so good. So it's just, there's just a series, and then the comeback with a freshman quarterback versus Kansas. There's just been so many moments that you're like, whoa, these guys continue to amaze me.
And it just got to be one after another, almost like a snowball rolling downhill, I thought, in the month of November, with such big games coming up on the schedule.
It was. It's exactly what it was. It's just a snowball effect with these guys. They kept getting more confidence. They kept working hard. They were confident but not cocky as the success happened, and I couldn't be more proud.
Can you talk about the way that your guys performed today, minus one of your biggest components and best players in Jordan Tyson?
Yeah, people stepped up. And at the end of the day, people stepped up. So it was really impressive to see different guys step up and make plays in this moment.
You know, I was watching to see in formations, Coach, you know, what you were going to do without Jordan Tyson, whether it be more 12 personnel, and you kind of came out and ran the same thing and just allowed guys to execute. Game plan stayed pretty much the same?
Yeah, I mean, Coach had a great plan. I mean, not as many ISO routes as we had in the past, but all the other complementary things that we have in the plan normally. We just kind of played to our strengths, and I thought it was a really good plan.
Coach, I got to ask you, big games like this, how you doing? How you holding up, man?
I'm great.
I watched you on the big screen, and I just thought the flood of emotions that has to be going through his mind from I remember sitting in meetings when you were helping out with Coach Grant breaking into coaching, and to watch and see where you're at now and how well you've coached this year, how well your entire staff is coached this year. Just, I texted Stein during the game. I said, Stein, you are absolutely right. There's no doubt that Kenny Dillingham was the right guy that understood Sun Devil culture, and I just hope you enjoy the moment. It's well-deserved. I know how much it means to you.
Thank you.
Kenny, I guess you could make your case for your team right now, can't you? I mean, Commissioner Yormark made it interesting. He said he felt like your team punched its ticket to Tempe, which implies that it should be a top 4 seed. Is that something you think about, or are you just kind of in the moment celebrating this thing?
I'm in the moment right now. I'm proud of these guys. I'm just in the moment.
Yeah. Well, congratulations again, Coach, on a great season, and still more to come, and winning a Big 12 championship. What an awesome accomplishment for your guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, Kenny.
Thank you, Kenny.
Our visit with Coach Kenny Dillingham, sponsored by your Arizona Ford dealers, proud supporters of Sun Devil Athletics. Ford F-Series has been the #1 selling truck for 47 years straight. Visit your Arizona Ford dealers or buyfordnow.com to learn more. And go Devils. We will take a timeout. Our final once again this afternoon, Arizona State 45, Iowa State 19. The Sun Devils win the 2024 Big 12 football championship. So long, everybody.